10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high-rise, roads still full of hope. House pocket to a field, while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. The people, we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know, hear us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant, food price reach the sky. You're bringing the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Who's crack up parish council, bro? Country suffocating done and it just smoke. And when we raise revise so call we political, but the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. The people,
Them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, our time to go. We no want no hype, we no want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people cupboard empty. How you live so large when we live in so scanty? Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking and I know too late.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. The people,
Them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more, you know hear us. We are not on the door.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican. What can't afford feet? We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. Enough is enough. Jamaicans will live.
Yeah. What a war in a Babylon. What a war in a Jamaica, what a war. What a war in a Jamaica, what a war. Good afternoon, we're listening, watching from around the world in the Eastern Caribbean. We're going to start pretty soon. We'll just chant down some Babylon. The public transport sector is staging a protest and they don't want them to do it. Why, whenever people decide it is your fundamental rights to protest peacefully, it is your fundamental right to have freedom of speech. But some in the sector, the public transport sector, want to silence members of the public transport sector. Like some want to silence the people of Cooper's Pen. I am not condoling any squatting. But for over the years, politicians have allowed certain things to happen in this country and fool the Jamaican people. What a war situation in a Babylon. Like up the live feed, share up the live feed. Good afternoon, Jamaica. Good afternoon to Miss Sophia Moore over there in New Jersey, the girl from Upper St. Andrew. To stop members of the public transport sector. Good afternoon to Sir Christopher Henry, attorney at law. Good afternoon to none other than Miss Diane Dennis, hard-working member of the transport sector. Many may say, why are you talking about transport? You're going to talk about Cooper Spend. But yes, members of the public transport sector is trying to start something, and they're being cowed down by those who are politically affiliated and want to stop them. It is your fundamental rights to have peaceful protests around this country. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and do anything that is illegal, but if you decide to have a protest, then who can stop you? It is your fundamental rights to do so. And as we chant down the Rastafarian who continue to chant for this country, my father was a Rasta. And that's how I love the whole Naya Bingi thing. When you listen to the whole Naya Bingi beating. Good afternoon to Sir Louis Barton, who loved this Naya Bingi chanting. Here we go. Came on this program a couple days ago, and I told you that the Lord thy God above is not pleased with the political elites of this country, Jamaica. Good afternoon from Negril Point to Moran Point, the people of Perth in St. Elizabeth. Good afternoon to you. Jamaicans who are on lands that don't belong to them because they have nowhere to live. Good afternoon to you. Let me tell you something. Something is about to happen in this country. God is not pleased with those who are governing this country. God is not pleased with those who are governing this country. Good afternoon to the students in the chat room. Good afternoon to the students in the chat room. Like up the live feed. Share up the live feed. Wherever you're listening, watching from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. What a woe situation in this country. Let me tell you something. When the Rastafarians decide to go up into the mountains of Jamaica with the Naya Bingi and decide to chant and play their drums, it's nothing easy. It's going to be something to be reckoning for in this country. Came on this program and I give out a warning. Jamaica House. God is not pleased in how you're treating poor people from Hurricane Beryl to Hurricane Melissa. Now, how you treat the people of Cooper's Pen. I went as far and I read St. Matthew 5. The 5th chapter of St. Matthew, I read it to you all. Naya Bingiites. Do you remember it was this said government that went up to Montego Bay and former Prime Minister Bustamante said, bring all the Rastafarians to me, dead or alive. Where's it going to beat the drum? Right there in Jamaica, they're beating the drum. Right there, they're beating the drum in Jamaica. Jamaicans in the diaspora. It is full time we put away politics, PNP and JLP and think about this nation. We're going to start the program pretty soon. My special guest this evening at 8 o'clock or 7:30 in Jamaica will be the president of the UIC, Mr. Joseph Patterson. And right here in the Jamaican diaspora, a Jamaican by birth, but live here in the Jamaican diaspora, Justice, as I call him, will be a member of the panel this evening. Like up the live feed. Like up the live feed. Give me about 500 likes. Like up the live feed, students in the chat room. I want to say good afternoon to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good afternoon to Comrade and former Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves. Let me say this to you all this evening, the 24th day of August 2026. This day will never come again. Never in history will this day come back again. There is something brewing under the earth. A rude awakening is coming to those who are in authority in our country. A rude awakening is coming to those who are in authority in our country. Let my people go. You remember when God sent Jonah to warn the people of Nineveh? I'm going to tell you that God sent me to warn in the Bible. Because some of we who call ourselves Christians and so we're living for God, we're the biggest hypocrite known. And we lie like anything. But let me say this to you. And I have been warning on this program. God is not pleased with those who are in authority in our country. God is upset. Let me go as far back as the inception of independent Jamaica. Let me go as far back as the bulldozering down of houses in this country by former and present governments. God is not pleased. And you have some people nowadays who continue doing it. The Prime Minister of this country started in Burnett Lodge. But what a woe situation on him. I soon start the program. Long Island, New York, good afternoon. And for those in the public transport sector, from Negril Point to Moran Point, if you all are planning something, do it peacefully. Do not go out there and do anything that is unlawful. Let no one stop you all from doing it. Because you have some people who are political joined to their hips. And they run when minister tell them to run. And they talk when minister tell them to talk. Wake up. What a woe situation in this country. One of my special guests will be the president of the United Congress Party, the UIC. Let me get this correctly. The United Independent Congress, Mr. Joseph Patterson out of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. He will be my special guest this evening. We're trying to get some people out of Westmoreland, St. Elizabeth, Hanover, St. James, and Trelawney to come on the program here to speak to us. We're working hard to get those citizens to come and speak to us. We're also working on to get a former prime minister of somewhere in the Caribbean to come and speak to us about reparation. We're going to get that too. But in the meantime, as we come on air, it is now 7:15 here in Jamaica, 7:15 here in South Florida, rather, 6:15 in the land of wood and water. What a woe situation. Parliament, wake up. There's a lot of well-known Jamaicans, or a lot of Jamaicans, I should say, who continue teaching the people of this country. There is so much that we can do. Everything lies in the hands of those in our country. I hear Bounty Killer saying that the problem we face in this country is those who believe that they are die-hearted. When will there be die-hearted Jamaicans? And that is why the Rastafarian community, they are not die-hearted PNP or JLP. They are die-hearted Jamaicans, die-hearted people who believe in this country. One of my guests is on, but I'm going to chant some more before I bring him on. Let's chant some more justice. We're going to chant some more as we get rid of the negative vibes around here and speak to the Jamaican people.
Yeah.
Let me say something to you all this evening. If we do not take heed in what is going on, and if we do not decide ourselves and say to ourselves, those who are in authority do not give a flying kahuna about us, we must care about ourselves. But there will be a rude awakening. We have 2 more minutes to play this drum, then we're going to go into the program. Afternoon to those who are watching us from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean. Welcome to the edition of the Mecca Talk program. As we come to you live from the studios here in South Florida, I want to say thank you all for joining us. Thanks to those who are watching us beyond the shores of Jamaica, those in the Jamaican diaspora around the globe, to our friends and families who continue supporting the Mecca Talk program. Thank you all very much. This evening I have with me none other than my good friend Justice. Justice, unmute your mic. Welcome to the program. Justice, are you hearing me? Okay, I don't know what's going on with Justice. I'm not hearing him. Justice, you hearing me? Unmute your mic. Well, until I get Justice to come on, I will continue. I think there is something going on with Justice system. He will join us back. Justice, if you're hearing us, Mr. Fitz Collins, unmute your mic, Justice. Unmute your mic. Justice, unmute your mic.
You hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear now, Justice. Loud and clear. Welcome to the program, sir.
All right. Good evening, Jeffrey, and good evening, listeners and viewers. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you all. And
Yes.
I'm hoping that we can make our voices be heard.
I don't know what's going on with your system, Justice, but they're going in and out. Justice, they're going in and out. Anyway, let us welcome those who are watching us from around the world. This evening, our topic will be there is a housing crisis looming in Western Jamaica. And if something's not being done about this, then it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Justice, are you here with us? Unmute your mic.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back with you. It seems
Yes.
we're having a little bit of connection
Technical
issues.
difficulties. Yes.
Yeah.
we are faced with a problem now, justice. Let me welcome everybody and give them my opening commentary. This evening, my special guest will be Mr. Fitz Collins and also Mr. Joseph Patterson, president of the UIC out of St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. He is going to come on pretty soon to come and speak to us and give his views on what is going on. I will not speak to Mr. Patterson about anything to do with the UIC. I will be speaking to him about his views on what is going on in Jamaica and also, well, the entire Jamaica, but in particular in Cooper's Pen. We see where in Cooper's Pen have a tax bill of over 26 million Jamaican dollars that the Tax Administration of Jamaica, TAJ, and yet they're telling people to leave the property. We're still trying to figure out who truly owned that property. And until now, the Prime Minister of the country hasn't gone down there to sit down and speak to the people. So they're left in limbo. And this is not doing anything good for the people. I have some videos to play, then I have Justice to speak to us, his comment on it. I get the videos here for you all too. Listen to these videos and give your take on it. Let me play number one video. It's an attorney at law, Anthony Williams, who was giving his views or his take on it pertaining to people living on squatter lands, according to the Prime Minister. Listen to this.
Persons who are given permission to be on the land, for example, they could receive permission to plant crops or to build a temporary home or to do some kind of agricultural, or persons who are tenants or licensees or lessees. As long as you're given permission, then the law is very clear that you will not be part of that category of persons who can claim hostile possession. Now, also persons who pay taxes, they go to the tax office and they simply pay taxes with a view to own the land. There are many legal authorities that make it very clear that simply paying taxes will not automatically qualify you as a legal owner for that land. We're not saying that you will not be aided, but simply paying the taxes is not it at all. There have to be more.
Let me, Justice, are you hearing us? Justice? I think there's something wrong with the justice system. But listen to what this attorney at law just said to us. In other words, what he's saying, if you capture a piece of land and you decide to pay taxes on it, you can pay taxes all you want. That doesn't mean you can own the land. Justice, you there with us? Don't know what's going on with this system. That doesn't mean you can own the land. That's basically what this attorney at law is saying. But how are we going to assist these people? That's my question. How are we going to assist these people? We have some more videos to play. I want to play a video here with Nikisha Burchell, who I heard. Justice, are there with us? I am hearing Justice, but Justice is maybe not hearing me. I can't hear him. Anyway, let's play this video with Nikisha Burchell.
Okay, so something happened this week that is worth putting on the record because it shows almost in real time how a narrative can be constructed and when it misses the mark, reconstructed within hours in plain view. Watch this.
It's a pity Kukudu transition, Nora, because we could get Kukudu to remix the song. Say people learn and leave it alone.
You see, this is the person that they want to give CD, command of distinction, to, who is laughing off at poor people because they're squat on lands. You hear what he said? Kukudu should rewrite this song if he's alive See people land and leave it alone. And he's laughing. George Davis of Nationwide.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
I think that was very unbecoming.
Yes. Go ahead, Justice. Oh Lord, justice system is not working quite good at all.
Hallelujah. Yeah, that is George Davis CD, laughing so hard he could barely get his words out in a clip selected and posted to Nationwide's own social media page. And I don't have to establish the context because the caption does it for us. It says George was envisioning Kukudu remixing his classic track to spotlight the matter of squatting. This was while Cooper's Pen was the dominating national conversation and families had just watched their homes demolished. The clip was sent to me. I shared that exact clip and said it was insensitive. I still think so. Whatever your position on the land dispute, people had just lost their homes. In what context was any of this funny? Then George responded.
White people, including some of little intellect, mental midgets.
Mental midgets? He's rude.
Prostitutes for attention.
Prostitutes for attentions?
Would clip the segment of the program where I was saying to Nora about Kukudu. So, boy, if Kukudu were here, you'd have remixed King David to see people and leave it alone. Clip that and said that look at OD. And by the way, you got that wrong. It's CD. Thank you. Look at so-and-so laughing at people in Cooper's Pen. That's what has been clipped and put in the video.
And you were laughing at the people in Cooper's Pen. You were.
Videos and the posts.
His station captioned that response as being about his commentary on land settlement issue. So there is no ambiguity about the context, right? But watch the reconstruction. The first version was funny enough for the station to select, caption, and publish. When the public reaction was not quite so funny, suddenly other people had selectively cropped and misrepresented George. I won't replay the whole tracing and cussing match. You get the point. George Davis CD, not OD, correction noted. George, we both know I did not clip you, edit you, or take you out of context. Your own station selected the clip, captioned and published it. I reacted to what was put to the public. Now you say it failed to reflect all the compassion you expressed elsewhere. Well, dear George, the shoe is now on the other foot. You have just experienced the selective framing and narrative construction many of us have complained about from your station over the years. Yet you called people mental midgets and prostitutes for attention for supposedly doing what your own station did. But even if you didn't know what the source was at the time of the tracing, the clip is on your page. Commenters have pointed that out. Still no correction, no apology, and still no explanation for what was so funny. There's a bigger issue though, because true journalism requires independence, fairness, seriousness, conscience, and compassion.
Hey, Jeffrey.
Now you say it failed to reflect all the compassion you expressed elsewhere. Well, dear George, the shoe is now on the other foot. You have just experienced.
Justice, you're JP out of Jamaica. Oh Lord, we have lost justice now. Let's continue with Miss Birchall.
The selective framing and narrative construction many of us have complained about from your station over the years. Yet you called people mental midgets and prostitutes for attention for supposedly doing what your own station did. But even if you didn't know what the source was at the time of the tracing, the clip is on your page. Commenters have pointed that out. Still no correction, no apology, and still no explanation for what was so funny. There's a bigger issue though, because true journalism requires independence, fairness, seriousness, conscience, and compassion. A political blog, though, can laugh through people's pain, manufacture beef, hurl personal insults, and manage partisan narratives. But let us not confuse that with journalism and then demand the deference owed to journalists. Media holds politicians accountable. Media power must also be accountable. When journalism becomes entangled with political access, favor, rewards, advertising, or partisan advocacy, it crosses the line. People are no longer being informed, they're being managed. That's not good for democracy. George Davis CD, if you genuinely believe your own station presented you in a way that did not reflect the totality of what you said, perhaps this experience can create a little more empathy for everybody else who has felt similarly treated. You know, sometimes the lesson finds us in very unexpected ways.
Justice, you there with us? You're hearing us? No, this is not working out, Justice. I think you have to make calling on the phone because this is not working out at all. No, this is not working out at all. There you have it. I'm trying to get out of Florida here. Senior Attorney at Law Wayne Golding, he is going to come onto the program anytime now to speak to us about what is going on, their take on what is going on in Cooper's Pen as an attorney at law and what he thinks the Jamaicans and the Jamaican diaspora is saying. We're also going to have with us this evening none other than the president of the UIC, Mr. Joseph Patterson. He will be on our program this evening. I don't know what's going on with justice system, but there's a technical glitch with the system that is not working good at all. One moment for me, please. Hello? Yes. I don't know what's going on with justice system, but it is not picking up at all. Justice, your system is not picking up at all, sir. He's not hearing me. We're going to play some more videos until we get his system up and going. Don't leave us as at all, students. We're going to get some people to come and speak to us and have their input on what is going on in Cooper's Pen. But in the meanwhile, let us play these videos here as we get the other video up. We want to play a video here by Tova Hamilton.
I was told on the ground that some persons who were trying to save their assets took some of their assets on the outside, but they were still demolished or they were still destroyed despite them trying to save one and two.
You know, whenever I hear this MP speaks, something inside of me get upset. But can you know why? I think these people are lying to the Jamaican people. You know? These people are lying to the people of this country. And I personally believe that if they had spoken the truth, Miss Williams, good afternoon to you, ma'am. I believe that they have spoken the truth to the people of this country. All this will be going on. Listen to what Miss Tova Hamilton said.
I was told on the ground that some persons who were trying to save their assets took some of their assets on the outside, but they were still demolished or they were still destroyed despite them trying to save one and two of their assets that they had. So I find it very inhumane for them to carry out their activities in the way they did.
So why is now you decide to speak about that? Why is now after 2 weeks? After 2 weeks you decide to speak about it? After 2 weeks, And before you lobby for the people and say, listen to me, I will not have my constituency living out of tents. Something needs to be done. Yes, the land belongs to the people, but the two political parties allow it to happen. The two of them allow it to happen. And if they allow it to happen, then they're to be blamed, not the people. And now you're attempting to come off a squatter land. And what I find very troubling as we await our other guests to come, and let's hope we don't have no technical difficulties with them. Forget about the camera going like that. There's something about this the camera system here. And if we just listen to how these politicians speak, it irritates everybody. It irritates everyone. Listen to them. Especially how the Prime Minister speaks. Listen to the Prime Minister today.
The incident is quite concerning, and many of the images that we have seen are disturbing. My heart goes out to the families who have been dislocated. I see a particular image of a newborn and the mother being displaced. These are the tragedies, and it is one thing that history does is to repeat itself.
Right.
And I am committed to ensure that our history is not repeated.
No more.
Which is why I am unequivocal and very clear in not endorsing squatting and the illegal occupation of land.
You know, I think these people say these things when it suits them, you know. I believe they say these things when it suits them. They don't say it when they are campaigning to get the vote for the people. They say it when it suits them. You see? They say it when it suits them. They don't do it when they're campaigning. They say it when it suits them.
I do intend to address the specific matter when I have the full details of the matter. The matter
is over 2 weeks now, Prime Minister. Over 2 weeks now, sir. And you're saying to me that the Attorney General, whosoever is here waiting on to give you whatever, you haven't at no time at all gotten anything from them, sir, to address the people? Justice, are you hearing us? Justice? Huh? You haven't gotten the report all now to come address the people of the people of this country, sir? You have none at all. So my question to you, sir, if you haven't gotten that, when are you going to come? When are you going to come and address the people of this country regarding the situation? Justice, are you hearing us? It's his system. Listen to some what the PM said.
is quite complex, and it involves court rulings for which I need to be properly advised on those court rulings before I speak.
Right.
I do intend to, however, address the matter. As soon as the matter occurred and it was brought to my attention, I had no prior knowledge of it. None of our ministers, certainly not the Member of Parliament. I got a call very early in the morning, quite surprised, and immediately we mobilized resources from ODPEM and the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to assist, because technically it was a disaster. And we have been able to respond in the humanitarian crisis that has been created. There is a longer term response that is necessary. So whatever the government does, it has to address the issue of informality And we can't be too mouth about it. We have to speak straight about it. Squatting is wrong. Informal settlement is not encouraged. But yes, every single Jamaican should have equal opportunity to get access to land and housing. We will have to find ways to support those families who are impacted. But whatever our response is, we have to be careful that we don't set a precedence that is not sustainable. Because whatever we do now, everybody's going to expect that it is done going forward. So, which is why we are being very careful in preparing a response that is sustainable. And it will be corrected. In the same.
Let's hope that the correction that he's speaking about it will be corrected. Let's pray and hope he does correct it. What I am saying, and I will continue saying it, it is over 2 weeks now, PM. What has been done, apart from giving the people some tent, what else has been done to address this situation where the people out there have nowhere to go? They had a protest a couple of days ago. I showed it on this platform here. They have nowhere to go. What is next for the people? What is next for the people, PM Holness? There must be something could have done from in the beginning of this land saga. No, that is all past and gone. Now you're hearing that Cooper Spend has ranked up a tax bill of 26 million Jamaican dollars to the Tax Administration of Jamaica. $26 million. Is it that they are trying to take people off the land, but yet the whole taxpayer is $26 million? I don't understand this. I don't understand this. So it begs to ask the question, how is it that they are telling people to come off of their lands, but yet the whole people land, the government of Jamaica taxes for their lands? This is a dispute that has been running for years between the owner of the property and successive government, you know. In other words, people living on the property, PNP and JLP. It does not spread only one administration. The two political party administration has faced this thing with Cooper Spend. And I believe if they had addressed the situation, this wouldn't be going on. This would not be going on. But they did not address the situation. And that is why it is happening now. That is why it's happening now. So my question to the Prime Minister, the land belongs to the developers, to what we're hearing. The people are displaced. The houses were bulldozed down. Is there any compensation for the people, sir? Those young men who they lock up, are they going to get some compensation for what happened to their freedom? Because obviously in the infringement of their human rights. Obviously did so. So how is it that after 2 weeks, Mr. Prime Minister, no one hears nothing from you? What is it? Have they had any press conference of lately from Jamaica House? Oh, Parliament is still on recess. So because Parliament is on recess, you don't have any press conferences. Justice, you hearing us?
Loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Yes, much better now. I hope it can keep up that way.
Okay, I switched devices.
Yes, Justice, your take on what is going on in Cooper's Bend in Trelawney.
Well, from both angles, it's what's happening is absolutely ridiculous, as well as it is a crisis, and I'm getting so many emotions from all of this, because some people are literally um trivializing the situation, you
Yes,
know and as a result, I think it's very, very distasteful,
yes,
you know and it's just concerning, and totally totally a shock to
yes.
see how the government is actually treating the citizens, you
Mm.
know um
Justice,
let
before you go any further, Justice, I have a call in line. Caller, go ahead and get Justice to come back in.
Mhm.
Caller?
Yes, Jeffrey.
Yes,
Jeffrey, I heard you said that they owe 26 million to, in tax money, right?
yes, Tax Administration of Jamaica, yes.
So if they owe $26 million in tax, shouldn't the government come out to say, you guys owe the country 26 million, but you went ahead and bulldozed the people in house? Shouldn't he be asking the owner that question? Or is it that the Prime Minister is part owner of the property?
No,
So
hold on for me.
I'm just asking questions, Jeffrey.
Hold on
I'm
now.
just asking.
You ask a question. Let me see if I can answer the question you asked. What?
Okay.
Let me kind of see if I can answer. Then I have Justice come in. The whole the Tax Administration of Jamaica $26 million. The question we must ask though, how did the court handle down that judgment when they know they hold the money? Is it that the court did not know they hold $26 million? That's the question we must ask ourselves.
I'm sure the court was aware of that, Jeffrey.
Maybe they wasn't aware of it.
Or
Because
wasn't they aware?
because hold on for me, because the justice that handed down this last judgment here is a no-nonsense judge. And if he had known, he would have done something about it. Caller, can you call us back? I have mandate a guest on, and I'm willing to speak to this guest because he's a very busy person.
Okay.
Okay. All right, thank you. I have with me Mr. Wayne Golden, attorney at law. Sir Golden, welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you. Good evening.
And I have with me on top there, Sir Golden, none other than Justice of the Peace, my good friend Justice, who's on with us.
Good evening, sir.
Sir Golden, your take on what is going on in Jamaica, Cooper's Pen in particular, when it comes on to that land issue there. Now we are hearing that Cooper's Pen who Tax Administration of Jamaica $26 million in back taxes. As an attorney at law and also a Jamaican, how does the Jamaicans in the diaspora thinking about bulldozing down people's lands, people's houses?
Well, that's never something that has a good look to
Mhm.
it. But the real question comes around the legality. And now we're hearing about court orders that were issued in favor of the owner against the people who were settled on the land. So, it's been an ongoing battle. And I think it strikes a nerve in the diaspora too, because I think a lot of diasporans are realizing that if they do have land in Jamaica, and people start to squat on their land, it could cause them some severe difficulty moving forward. So it's a question, I think, for most people of what is the status of the law concerning that situation. And as again I said, the sympathies are there. They go out to those people who
Yes.
suddenly overnight have lost their homes. But what is the backstory? And sometimes, you have to kind of uh, work through things And one thing that I heard from official sources is that when this thing was going on, there was the opportunity to mediate and negotiate to
Mm-hmm.
see if there could be a settlement that was satisfactory. And I don't know how much advantage that was taken of by both parties. We live here in the United States where the laws are much different and much more in favor of the landowner, and also is executed very quickly. If you have a situation where somebody is so-called squatting on your property,
Mm-hmm.
you can get them ejected very quickly. And with a court order, you can get them ejected with their stuff on the sidewalk, any structures that they've built destroyed. But the question is notice,
Mm-hmm.
because these people are saying they never got any notice. So that's going to be another issue to be looked at. How long the orders were effective for, and what were the powers granted to the owner of I wouldn't say landlord,
Mm-hmm.
owner of the property through those court orders.
Mr. Golden, also, sir, with their coming as Nicodemus in the night at 3 a.m. in the morning and executing the bailiff, executing that eviction notice, and
Mhm.
then they lock up the young men before that. Isn't there some human rights violation there, attorney?
Well, you'd have to connect what the police did with what the landlord's agents did, and see if there's a nexus there, and if it's something that you can truly prove that is why they took that action to lock up the young men. Because the backstory argument is going to be they were trying to prevent violence. It was a national
Right.
security issue, so they took preventative action, which they're legally able to do because just judging from the United States here. For example, if the president is coming into town and they know that there are certain people who would be violence producers or cause people that they suspect, they can detain them for a certain amount of time.
Mm.
So all that would have to be looked into. But again, everything on his face look very suspicious, and whether or not the action is legal, because that's the point of view I have to give. I have to take out the emotion out of it,
Right.
and look at the legal actions that they took, whether or not it's something that is wrong that they did under the law.
Mhm.
So, it's a very emotional thing, especially when you see a baby that's hours or
Yeah.
days old being evicted. But it comes back down to the basic thing. There is a problem in Jamaica where people want places to live. And I think overall, this is a teaching moment again, where you do have people who will establish informal communities because that's all they can do to acquire a place to live. And whether or not the government as a whole wants to look at this issue seriously and see how they can provide housing
Mm.
for people long term, because this is something that's not new. It's just that this is taking that 9-day public jaunt, as we would say it, because
Mhm.
if people don't take their interest to court or have the means to do that, we're going to see this happen again over and over again.
But I'm gonna have Justice come in and maybe I just have a question for you. But I ask you this question though before I have Justice come in. Attorney at law Sir Wayne Golden. Mr. Golden, when it comes on to people squatting in lands in Jamaica, the two political party, Mr. Golden, allow it. Because don't the same people who squat on the lands in Cooper's Pen get national ID? They have to give an address, a physical address, both for the national ID, the voter's ID, and the passport. So, I don't understand that, Mr. Golden.
Well, I'll give you a short story on that.
Yes,
I
sir.
was I was flying into Jamaica, and I was staying with a relative. while I was there. And when I got to the immigration department, they asked me the address of my relative.
Yes.
And I did not have in my records a physical address to give them for the relative because not everybody has a proper address in Jamaica.
Right.
You know, you have a post office, you have all kind of addresses you can put down and
Yes.
use. So that's not gonna solve the problem in terms of address. People have to give a location where they can be contacted. But the flip side to that issue is this incident and who was involved over the years points to the problem of you having conflict of interest in political and legal representation. Because frankly, it is very hard to square up when you have ministers sitting in parliament who are attorneys and they can still represent private interest, and those interests can be against the very government that they're serving.
Right.
So that is one issue they have to look at. Because, for example, if one party was in power while the initial issue was going on and formed a government and there was some sort of protest lodged, versus if that party comes out of power, a new party comes in, and a new minister who was involved on the other side is now in. So you can see that there's that political tinge to these situations. But the bottom line is people need places to live, and government as a whole, opposition and ruling party, has to take this as a fundamental issue when they're dealing with governing people and not just be out there making promises, because people need a place to lay their heads at night. And there are so many informal communities in Jamaica. Story's gonna come to bump when that property owner wants their land. And
Mhm.
you as an informal resident really don't have any rights to that land. And at the end of the day, the process is long, but most of the time, 99% of the time, the landowner will win. And it will cost a lot of money to fight. And of course, the people who have been occupying the land for years, not questioning if they have any ownership, they usually don't have the money to fight these cases.
Mhm. Mhm. So, Mr. Golden, what do you think the government should do when it comes down to the people right now who has nowhere to live, sir? As a member of the Jamaican diaspora, suppose I come back to you guys and ask for help again. They ask for help for Hurricane Melissa, Hurricane Beryl. You heard that Hurricane Melissa money has not been distributed well to the people. I mean, suppose I come to you now, come to the diaspora to ask for help to help these people down there. What's your take?
Well, I don't want to conflate the issue, but the word help sounds like money.
The money,
You
yes.
know, yes, the word help sounds like money. And I think if there's a plan that's in place that will be executed, diasporans will be more than happy to help. But I don't think diasporans are just going to throw money in a pot and say, go do something with this. So it goes back to what plans these people who have the power, what kind of plans they can put in place to give these people immediate relief, not long term, 2 year, 3 year, but immediate relief. What kind of census they can take, who's affected by this, and what the long term solution will be, because those people are going to be off that property. You know, the landowner seems to have all rights and took all legal actions, but the question of notice is probably the issue that has to be resolved. And yet, you know, all is not lost. They can really, if parties are really responsible and interested, they can go back to the landowner and see if there's some renegotiation, although there's a court order ruling that they can do.
Justice, you have a question for Attorney at Law?
Uh, it's not really a question,
You're
but
breaking up, Justice. Justice, you're breaking up. I'm not hearing you. You're breaking up.
we're having connection issues again.
Yes, we are. You got to go out and come back in.
Okay.
Okay. Attorney, In this though, you know, I sit
Okay.
here and I'm trying to figure out what question to ask you again, because honestly, this is something that is heartrending. For over the years, politicians has promised people that they can stay in it, and now this situation is happening. Over 20 years, it has been going through the court.
Well, the politicians have no authority to promise people that they can stay on the land. It goes to the court. Whatever the court rules, that is the order of the day. That's why we talk about the rule of law. No
Right.
matter what politicians say, they're not the end all and the be all. And they make statements for political reasons,
Right.
you know. But the court, you have to go back and look. You know, ask yourself, if you were that landowner, would you be happy with being held out of your property for 20 years, for 15 years, because it has to go through the process? And once it goes through the process, you get a ruling in your favor, and you have no relief. And the people who are on the property feel that they have a right to be on the property because of the length of time they've been there. But that's not how the law works,
Hmm.
you
Right.
know. And regardless of the emotional side of it, uh, who can deal with that? The government. You know, the government can help these people to either relocate or offer them a solution, a help, you know, because it's a desperate situation and
Hmm.
they have to
Yeah.
step up and address it. It's not that they're supporting squatting, but because of the urgency of the situation. This is where government comes in.
Um, several alarms it goes off in my mind with this situation, and quite frankly, as our brother here says, over the years, the member of parliaments, they make promises to citizens and promises that they know that they can't fulfill. And these citizens look to these member of parliament for guidance and leadership. Now, if the member of parliament is not forthcoming in saying to these people that, hey, look, where you are currently located, you know, you shouldn't be here. And then the member of parliament act on those citizens' behalf inside the House of Representatives by advocating to have formal settlements established for these citizens. We wouldn't be having these issues right now. So it comes back to governance and leadership. Now, the next side of this is, as again, it is unfair for someone to invest in a property, and then when they are making um, moves to begin, whether it's development or maintenance of property, whatever it is, but you can't use your property simply because people are squatting on it. It's unfair. And what you will find is that a lot of Jamaicans within the diaspora, they have acquired properties, and because they are not there to develop the properties, people are squatting on the properties. And again, it goes back to governance,
Yes.
because the government, I don't believe that they are providing the necessary housing solutions for the people. And
Hmm.
we look at the National Housing Trust. That was created to provide affordable housing for regular citizens. And now the regular man, based on what the prices of the houses at, a National Housing Trust offering today, the regular man can't afford it.
Let,
So when we look at this situation, it opens up a lot of cans and a lot of worms are coming out.
let me ask Mr. Golden this question though. It is published in today's Gleaner, Mr. Golden, that New Falmouth Resort Limited hold the Tax Administration of Jamaica $26 million. If they hold that money, the court can still hand it down a judgment for people to leave the property?
Yes, I mean
Yes, it's
that's a separate issue.
Okay.
But what can be done on the side of the government, as you know, if you owe taxes,
Yes.
they can move to collect those taxes,
mm-hmm.
and if those taxes are failed to be paid, then the
Yes.
government has further action that it can take, including
Acquiring
taking
the
their
land.
property.
Yeah.
So that's a completely different issue. The plaintiff on that case would be the government.
Yes.
So the development company will now have to remedy that tax issue, or else they will be in a sorry state if the tax administration decides to pursue them, so to speak.
Correct.
You know,
Mm.
so
Mm-hmm.
but you still have they still have their property rights as long as it's not taken by you know so some of these methods that they have, you know, if people live on land for a certain amount of time, adverse
Mm-hmm.
possession, all of these other actions that they might have had but they don't. But the whole idea is each person has to pay the piper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
So you're saying now, with the people who houses have been bulldozed down and so forth, although it is quite a land that they were living on, will there be some compensation for those people under Jamaican law or not?
Well,
Mm.
I'm not au fait with Jamaican law to that level,
Okay.
but I would tell you, if you don't own the property, if you have a structure on the property, most likely you are not entitled to any compensation for that property. You
Yeah.
know, because you would have been occupying that space illegally. You know, and so you don't get a pass, so to speak. And
Yep.
that's why it is so important, as I said, for people to investigate for themselves. Because, for example, you have 14 parishes in Jamaica. I'm sure there's people squatting on land in all 14 parishes. Part of the responsibility of the MP should be to identify these properties, because the MP has a responsibility both to the property owner and both to the persons who are squatting.
Yes.
And for this information to become public and notices to be given to those who are occupying these properties illegally. And so they understand that.
Oh Lord.
We lost him.
We have lost Mr. Golden. Before I'm pretty much sure he's gonna come back to us. Before we let Mr. Golden come back to us, let me say this to you. Wayne Golden is an attorney at law, and as he said, the $26 million that the New Falmouth Resort Limited who owe the government of Jamaica is a total and separate um inci- uh total separate
Matter.
matter from
Mm-hmm.
what is happening now.
Right.
The government, whosoever the tax administration is, they must go over that.
Right.
This thing has been in court for over 20 years. So it's not the government who bulldoze down the lands, who bulldoze down the houses, It is the owner of the land, New Falmouth. They're the one who did it. The court give them the authority to do it.
Okay.
No, there's things circulating all over social media of stating that the land is not owned by them. People want to know who owned the land and all sort of thing. Based
Well,
on my research, the land is owned by New Falmouth.
right. But you see, in all of this, Jeffrey, there are lessons to be learned,
Yes.
right? And I wish that our Jamaican brothers and sisters will begin to move away from what you'd say indiscipline. There are many of our brothers and sisters in Jamaica. We don't like the law simply because the law oftentimes does not sides with us on what we're doing. But this adverse possession thing, it has been going on for quite a long time. But
Yes.
this particular instance, we are learning that these people, they have been in and out of court, back and forth. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And these people, they have been getting subsequent warnings to uh, leave from the property. But they have
Yes.
decided to stay, and they have decided to continue building and building
Justice.
permanent structures.
Justice. For some unknown reason, you're cracking up. I don't know what's going on. You're cracking up big
Oh, I
time.
don't know what happened again.
I don't know.
I'm not
Let
sure.
me get back to Golden.
Yeah.
Sir Golden, welcome, welcome back to the program, sir.
Thank you.
We lost you a while ago. I know you're a very busy individual, you know. I don't know if it was the Attorney General of the United States give you a call a while ago.
I doubt that very much.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Back to the situation here. So the court, the whole $26 million tax issue is a total separate issue from what is going on now.
Yes.
Right. So people must get that in their head, that there's a total separate issue, and
Right.
and has nothing to do with them evicting people out of their property.
Nope. It's their property still.
Okay. My other question to you now, sir, is this. If there's nothing done to helping the people getting back their lands, can the people who was on that property sue the owner or the government of Jamaica?
Well, you'd have to have a justiciable issue. You have a final judgment from the court already that says
Okay.
you don't own any land. That would be a frivolous lawsuit, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And suing the government, what was the government's role in that whole affair? The government did not have a role in that affair, you know.
Right.
People are saying because of the police, because they have 5 police division descending on the air at 3 o'clock in the morning, and the bailiff Act of Jamaica said that they can't serve someone until 7 a.m. in the morning.
Well, that's a totally different issue
Okay.
to deal with that authority if they did serve a summons at that hour of the morning. But, you know, people, when they think about court, they think because they have an issue in their head, it's a legal issue to be heard. But that's not how it works. You have standards, and you would have attorneys who would be advising them on what rights were violated, whether it's human rights issue, legal rights, civil rights, you know. So anybody can file a lawsuit technically, but it doesn't mean that, you know, it is
You
something
understand
that
the
is
court of law.
yeah, that is going to be successful.
Okay. With the young men now who has been rounded up and locked up for a couple hours without being charged, do they stand a chance to do a legal thing? Well, a chance to present a lawsuit against the government?
As I said, anybody can file a lawsuit. Being detained for a couple of hours, what are your damages? Was it a nefarious thing? Or did the government have a legitimate reason for detaining you? So, you know, they'll have to investigate their own individual situation and whether it violated any of the laws of Jamaica.
Mm-hmm. Mhm. Wow. So Wayne Golden there speaking to us about the legal side that he can speak to us about. With the Jamaican diaspora, in the Jamaican diaspora now, Sir Golden, as you leave us, what would you say to them pertaining to those who are lands in Jamaica?
Uh,
I'm pretty much sure you have some
uh,
lands down here to like myself, you know. I have 400 acres. You have about 10 acre.
oh yeah, that sounds real good. I was telling somebody the other day that I came from a humble beginning, not a
Yes.
poor beginning, humble, because I was born to see my grandparents own a little piece of land up in St. Mary there, and they were smarter than I was because they invested in Jamaica early. And unfortunately, most of us in the diaspora are looking with our mouths wide open now to see what the cost of property is in Jamaica.
Hmm.
And it's those people who do own land in Jamaica, whether by inheritance or investment or otherwise, you have to pay close attention to your property there. You have to make sure that you're up on your taxes, that you do visit your property, that you don't allow anybody to build structures on your property, whether wooden or concrete. That obviously you do pay attention and document. And if you're having people on your property formally, you know what the rules are to evict them if there's a problem, because things in Jamaica take a long time in the
Hmm.
court system. So you got to have all your documentation together. And if you have ownership of land that was transferred to you or was willed to you, you make sure you put that into the probate courts so the proper transfers can be done, and do not take any shortcuts, because that's a big problem that we see.
Yeah.
They get somebody who say we can do this and do that,
Hmm.
and you get some paperwork, and when time comes, you realize it was not proper. So please, pay attention, or you can lose your land.
Hmm. Hmm.
I think today, Jeffrey,
Yes.
uh, they're doing a little bit better in that, the National Land Agency and all the statutory bodies, they're doing a good job in as it relates to information,
Hmm.
sending out ads so that the populace can get an understanding of what to do and how to stay ahead.
Even Jamaicans in the diaspora, Justice?
Um,
Yes, because we have access to
yeah, we
everything.
do. Yeah,
We have access to, sometimes we know how to get the information even better than people who are on the ground in Jamaica.
that's correct. That's
Hmm.
correct.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's correct.
Mr. Golden, I know you don't have enough time because you have been a very busy person. You've been busy all day today. I just want to tell you thanks for coming on the program, sir. And your final words to your Jamaican people who are living on land that don't belong to them, sir.
Well, the bottom line is know that you really don't have any rights to that
Right.
land. And if you do have rights because of adverse possession, because you have lived on the land, say over 12 years, and you have occupied it notoriously and openly, you might have a chance. But always, always, always consult with a attorney who handles that kind of thing, and just don't jump off and don't just automatically think that you have ownership and you can put up this conflict with the landowner, the true landowner.
Hmm.
So investigate before you, um, start to beat your chest and you're wrong and strong.
Right.
So, it's a matter of getting good advice.
Right.
And also, don't build in a concrete structure and land don't belongs to you.
That don't belongs to you.
Don't invest in 8 bedroom, 10 bedroom house and still have
It's
10 million. Make no sense.
it's
Yes.
crazy, Jeffrey, because when you look at some of these houses and some of these so-called squatter lands, you know, it's amazing. People they invest millions in these structures, You know
Yeah,
that it's literally building a house on the sandy land. You know,
yeah.
because the land, it's not yours, and you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow as it relates to that land.
Right.
You know, so
And even if you were opening a tourist, for example, if you built on government land and you're hoping that the time will run out, it's 20 years,
mhm.
you know. So don't take that chance. Don't take
Mhm.
that chance.
All right, Sir Golden, thank you very much for coming on, sir. Always a pleasure having you on the Make We Talk program.
You're welcome. Take
Thank
care.
you so much. Sir Wayne Golden, attorney at law over there in Orlando. Is it Orlando you are, sir?
Yeah, we're based in Orlando, but
Orlando. Okay.
we practice all over the United States.
All right, sir. Thank you so much for coming on.
Okay, take care.
Thank you. I have with me coming on now, president of the, where is he? Where is he? Here he is. President of the UIC,
Ah,
Sir Joseph
Patterson.
Patterson. Sir
Good
Patterson,
evening.
welcome to the Make We Talk program, sir.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. How are you doing today?
I am doing wonderful, Sir Joseph Patterson. How is it in St. Elizabeth?
Not bad at all. Could be worse.
Yes, yes. Sir Patterson, talk to me. Your take on what is going on in St. Elizabeth, as a matter of fact, in Purity, where people were told to leave from lands down there too. People in St. Thomas said that Colonel Charles owned 1,000 so much acre land, and now the land in Cooper's Pen, it has a legal dispute dating back as far as maybe 20 years, and now people houses have been bulldozed down. As a Jamaican citizen, sir, your take on that?
Well, I like to come at these things from a historical perspective because we have so far had 82 years of the two parties, as you're aware, and
Yes.
we have suffered a long history of slavery, as you are well aware. And the Jamaican people have been struggling for some time now to have a society which is designed for them, as opposed to a society which has been designed for a master slave economy. And we see that playing out right before us again in Cooper's Pen and elsewhere, where for some strange reason, those who are leading our country doesn't seem to believe in the idea of land reparation. They believe that somehow a people who have been enslaved for so many years and upon being given so called emancipation in 1834, 1838, they were not given their due. They lost their labor, they lost their learning, and they lost their land. And then they're being asked to simply pick themselves up by the bootstraps and figure it out and try to rise in an economy where some people have been benefiting from the proceeds of slavery and colonization and other forms of inequities for so many years. So, what we're seeing today is just simply the continuation of colonization, the impact of colonization, because those who we have invested with governing our country do not see it fit to give the Jamaican people exactly what is theirs, which is the land which was stolen from their ancestors, the land which was denied them by the colonizers, and which the two parties in question have continued for the last 82 years, from
But
1944 until now. They have
mhm.
continued to hold on to the land and not divest themselves of those lands and make sure that the Jamaican people,
but
all of whom were affected by slavery, ensure that
but
they all have lands. Yes,
hold on there for Mr. Patterson.
yes.
You go down that road of history, and I thank you for the whole historic thing. Let us come back up now to Cooper's Pen.
Right.
The people of Cooper's Pen is on that land for how many years? It is an issue, is a dispute going on for over 20 years between Mr. Chisholm and the people and government, successive government of this country. Now we are being told that New Falmouth is the rightful owner of the land. All right? They get, the people got notice to leave. As a Jamaican, sir, how would you deal with that if you were prime minister of this country?
Oh, that's a very, very easy question. The moment I become prime minister of this country, if the other two parties haven't dealt with it by then, and they should have, is to ensure that we, first of all, assess all the lands which are supposedly being squatted on, and ensure that all those persons who are on such lands are given an opportunity to access free of charge land which was taken from their ancestors and should have been given to them. So we have to move swiftly. One second, Mr. Collins. We have to move swiftly to bring redress. Now we can get into the legality of what's happening at Cooper's Bend or in any of the other areas. But the fundamental issue is that the Jamaican people have been left landless upon emancipation, and those in charge have not fixed that issue. They even want the people to find money to buy land, which is theirs by birthright, right? And they're being forced to pay, those who then struggle and buy lands are being forced to pay property tax on lands which are theirs by right. And so the UIC's position has been, let us get serious about land reparation and do that as quickly as possible. Now, in the immediate situation where somebody has gone in and possessed a private property, that is wrong. No Jamaican citizen, nobody should go in and possess somebody's private property. That is a private property violation, a property rights violation. So we're not condoning that. However, we have to point our fingers at the real culprit. And the real culprit are those who have had the opportunity for 82 years to lead our people in the right way so that they access and own land free and clear and not be in a position to be demolished. Those persons who are leading our country, they have failed to carry out their responsibility of leading our people aright and giving them their right to land ownership and cause them not to have to engage in any form of squatting, as they call it, and then find themselves in this position. You and I know that many politicians over the history of Jamaica has encouraged this kind of slackness. They have caused people to be on other people's land and then talk about later on they're going to regularize. Don't do that. They also have some very bad laws in place about adverse possession. You should never have a law that speaks to adverse possession. If a land belongs to somebody, it belongs to that person until that person divests themselves of the same or the estate do so. You should never have a law on the books saying you can go in and possess somebody's land, and because you've been there unencumbered for some 12 years or whatever, you may now claim adverse possession. That is wrong, that is foolish, it's destructive, and it creates the kind of problems you see today. That needs to stop.
Correct.
And any good government, especially these two who have been in office for 82 years, don't miss that, They have been in office, they have been in a position to transform Jamaica into a safe, clean, and orderly country for 82 years, and they have failed to do so. I'm saying to the Jamaican people, if they couldn't have done it for 82 years, why trust them with another year?
But Mr. Patterson, hold on for me, Justin. Mr. Patterson, in all of what what is going on, because I'm laughing. I'm not laughing at you, Mr. Patterson. I'm laughing at the idea of these politicians. It came to a judgment that the court handed down. One of the judges said that the people were misled, they were misinformed by politicians.
Right.
So in all of this, Mr. Patterson, where our own black brothers and sisters are out there in the cold and in the sun hot and in the heat in those tents, until now the Prime Minister has gone out to address the situation.
Well, I did hear him speak on the matter in a very...
Hold on for me. I can listen to what he said. Hold on a minute there for me. Because when him chats, it make no sense to me. Listen to this.
The incident is quite concerning, and many of the images that we have seen are disturbing. My heart goes out to the families who have been dislocated. I see a particular image of a newborn and the mother being displaced. These are the tragedies, and it is one thing that history does is to repeat itself.
Right.
And I am committed to ensure that our history is not repeated. Which is why I am unequivocal and very clear in not endorsing squatting and the illegal occupation of land.
How hypocritical can this man get? Isn't the two political dynasty in this country, the two gangs in this country, one other than Klansman, aren't they the one who condoles squatter settlement in this country for voting? Mr. Patterson and Justice?
Yes. Let me chime in here. Um, listen, if Mr. Holness wants to ensure that this does not happen again, what he can do as the prime minister and the head of government, what he can do is to do a survey, as Mr. Patterson indicated earlier, of all the government owned lands. Do a survey of those and then make them available for citizens that need some place to live, starting at these citizens that have been taken off the and bulldozed off the Cooper's Pen property. If he means the Jamaican citizen any good, he can start by doing that. But to say that just to dismiss it that you shouldn't squat on, well, squatting is wrong. But remember now, people squat because they have no other option, or the options that they have, it's very minimal, if any at all. Now, to what Mr. Patterson said earlier, sir, you know, this what has happened in Cooper's Pen has opened up many eyes, and indeed our hearts cry out to those people that have been displaced. And Mr. Holness, in his speech, pointed out to the mother with that young child. Let me tell you something. The buck stops at those in government. It's a governance issue, right? And we are failing to see that this is now turning out to be a humanitarian crisis,
And that
because these people can't be left out there under the elements, just like those two who have suffered loss as a result of the hurricane that the prime minister has yet to address and to ensure that these people get some form of reprieve.
and that is why, if he truly wants, as what you said, he should go around and survey all government lands.
Yes.
And I'm pretty much sure he needs to survey the land that Colonel Charles claimed that he owns in St. Thomas. Because we can't see nothing pertaining to him. All we can see certain things stating that his company, whatever company it may be, own XQYZ. We don't see where he bought it from, who he bought it from, or anything like that. Listen,
When
Mr.
you
Patterson,
when
your
you
take
when
on
you
what the
said
thing just said.
when you said two gangs earlier, I thought you were going to refer to the two political parties.
That's what I
Um,
meant.
Well,
oh,
that's
that's
what
what
he
you meant.
meant.
Okay, good,
That's what I
good.
meant.
I heard some other names, and I wanted to be
No, but
sure. But
hold on, Sir Joseph. Mr.
yes,
Patterson, hold on a minute.
yes.
Who created two notorious gang in this country?
Mm.
And the two
No,
political parties. One other
absolutely,
than Klansman.
absolutely. But
Okay.
I was hoping for a more specific statement. But I got it. You're on the right side.
Hmm.
But let me. I
I
want
hope you're
to.
not coming with a third gang, Mr. Patterson, because we can't
Absolutely,
deal with it.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. We can't afford that. No, and it can't be, because the only way you'll have a third gang in Jamaica is if the PSOJ oligarchs decide to sponsor it. That's the only way. So let me go back to the case. Mr. Olness has been a very good example of a profiler, a
Yeah,
politician who is able to profile and who is able to manipulate public opinion with
correct.
gimmickry and all kind
Charisma.
of PR stunts. Unfortunately for the Jamaican people, We have had enough of that. We have seen this has been going on from the days of Bustamante and Norman Manley, right? They have done a very good job of misleading the Jamaican people. And if nothing else tonight, Mr. Jeffrey, if nothing else tonight, I want us to leave here with a clear message to the Jamaican people. I want the Jamaican people to fully understand that they have been robbed of their lands and that it's these two parties that have withheld that land from them. Jamaica has more than enough land to ensure that every Jamaican is a property owner in this country. And I'll tell you why. Singapore is 1/15th the size of Jamaica, 1/15th, which is a little bit smaller than St. Thomas. Singapore has 6 million people in their country, which is more than twice the number in Jamaica. And they have a home ownership rate of 93%. Did you hear me?
Yes.
93%. And they have 6 million people. And the size of their land is no more than St. Thomas. Now,
Wow.
Jamaica, by extension, if we have less than 3 million people and we're 15 times bigger than Singapore, it means theoretically, not that we would, but theoretically, we could house 90 million people in this area. I just wanted Jamaican people to understand the extent. I'm not proposing we host 90 million. I'm just saying, based on the extrapolation, we have that capacity. And our leaders have chosen not to maximize our capacity to give the Jamaican people ownership over a decent home in this country. And that is why we have squatting. Remember, when our foreparents got so-called freedom in 1834, their enslavers received 20 million pounds in compensation for the loss of their human property.
Property. Yeah.
Human beings who were without property, who didn't even have agency over themselves, they left those estates without land, without capital, and without education. So
Right.
they lost their land, they lost their learning, and they lost their labor. How can you expect now those people to go out into the world and be able to be in a good position economically? So what they've created, instead of generational wealth, they have created generational poverty. And that is why so many people are without a decent place to live in this country. Many are
Well,
renting. Many took 30 years to build a little piece of structure. Some get a piece of NHT after the government stole money from their fund, their trust fund, that should have been used to build homes for poor people. These two gangs have systematically stolen from the people while building a NHT program, which is a lie because it only gives 25% of the contributors, the forced contributors, receive only 25% of the amount of monies drawn from them and placed in this fund, which is then used by the government, both JLP and PNP, used by them to cover the cost of corruption when they run short in their budget.
I-
The UIC is demanding that now, right now, the Jamaican people be granted land reparation. We don't need to wait on Bobsy and whoever is going to England to go beg King Charles for some kind of reparation when our government, which was forced upon us by the plantocracy who fund them to this day as the PSG oligarchs, they have the power to give the Jamaican people immediately land reparation, and they have failed to do so, and we should not allow them to get away with it. We should not allow the debate, the discussion to be another 9-day wonder, which just passes along. We must now hold them 100% accountable and insist that this administration does not leave office before they have granted the Jamaican people land reparation and make sure we don't have a single squatter left in this land by 2030.
well, you know,
Go ahead, Justice.
I'm taken aback to some years ago when Buju Banton came out with a song, Big
Don't
Man Have
call
the
the song.
Money.
Don't call the song name because gotta get copyright strike.
No, you won't get no
Oh,
copyrights.
yes.
But the essence of the song is that the big man have all the money. That's why he's the boss. Now, in Jamaica, that's the system that was created. And of course, Mr. Patterson knows this too, that as long as I have something that you want, you will do what I want you to do. Okay? So this is a case where the politicians, they hold the money, they hold access to some of these lands. Okay? So therefore, they're the bosses. So when election time comes, in order to secure my vote and Jeffrey's vote and your vote, okay, we allow you to do and to stretch the law as much as you can. But when you stretch the law, you're doing it on my dime. So in the day where I don't feel as though you're doing what I want you to do, or you're voting according to how I want you to vote, then I create problems and issues for you. And that has been the case in Jamaica over the years. And you made reference to the two gangs. Well, both political party plays the people as it benefits them. Now, going back to the Prime Minister and what the Prime Minister said the other day, the government in Jamaica, Mr. Patterson, can afford to make things much better for the people of Jamaica. They can, but they refuse to, simply because as long as you can keep the people poor, you will have a garrison or loyalty in votes. And we need to move away from this and start thinking about the welfare of our citizens. And let me tell you something, the world, Mr. Wholeness, the world is watching. It's not like 10 years ago when Jamaica was by itself all the way in the center of the Caribbean. The world now has front seat viewing of what is taking place in Jamaica, land we love. And Mr. Prime Minister, it does not argue well for you because you are the government and the buck stops at your feet.
Mr. Collins, one second, Mr. Jeffrey. I regret to have to tell you this, but the Prime Minister doesn't have to give a 1 cent or 2 cent about what you just said because his bread is butter on both sides. The
Well,
Prime
quite
Minister,
certainly.
the Prime Minister has now served. This is now his third term.
Third
Uh,
term.
he has now availed himself of the Prime Minister's salary. What is it, $28.6 million a year? His wife is the Speaker of the House, which means combined they bring in a minimum of $52 million a year. And when he retires from office, should we not give him a fourth term, or he decides not to run again, he retires to a prime minister's salary as his pension. So he doesn't care what the world watching thinks. He doesn't care what any of us thinks
Oh.
because, no, seriously, because he's okay. Now, who I want to care and them not care enough is the people of Jamaica to wake up to their reality because the prime minister no care. Bruce Golden no care, Mark Golden no care, PJ Patterson no care, Portia Simpson Miller no care. The only people who need to really care are the Jamaican people because for the last 82 years, they have suffered from being divided into two tribes. They have suffered from being distracted by these two tribes, and they have suffered by being deceived by these two tribes. But guess what they're missing? They're missing who is behind the two tribes, who are keeping the two tribes in front of them and tricking them through the media and through the expenditure at election time. The PSOJ oligarch gave $1.7 billion $1.7 billion in the 3 months surrounding the election period to these two parties to ensure that they could effectively market their lies and deception to the Jamaican people. And this has kept our people locked in because majority of Jamaicans no longer vote because they know that voting for one or the two is a waste of time. But worse than that, they have clocked out of politics altogether. So they're not even paying attention to learn and grow. And those who do vote are continuously voting to maintain the gravy train and the corruption enterprise that they have now become a part of. Whether it's getting a small amount of money at election time or being a part of a more elaborate corruption scheme. What we need to do now on these talk show programs is make sure that we zero in on the problem and fully educate the people so that they understand what is at stake. The longer they take to, as a people, own and fund their own party, not one funded by the PSOJ oligarchs, the longer they take to create a people's-led movement where the people own the party, own the manifesto, and own the funding mechanism to elect a government of and by and for the people, is the longer they will remain in a system which still mirrors colonialism, where you keep the people dunce, poverty-stricken, and fearful so you can manipulate them and continue to extract their wealth by stealth. This, the land of Jamaica, it is the easiest thing to give back to the people, the land, because it costs the government not 1 cent, not 1 cent to say we are going to give the people the very land which is theirs by birth. It's their birthright. It's earned. It has earned by the blood, sweat, and tears of their ancestors. And you and me, all of us, must ram this through so that the government does not get another chance to go out of office and not deliver land reparation now.
But Mr. Patterson,
Yes.
let me ask you this because you made mention of the private sector contribution to both political parties.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you or your party, right? Because you are the head of a political party, I take it,
Yes.
and you are trying to become the next prime minister of Jamaica. Are you stating that you would not accept funding from the private sector organization of Jamaica? Because I believe that the government works hand in hand with the private sector to enhance the way of life for the citizens of Jamaica. And I believe that governing any country, we need all hands on deck. So, when you're speaking and you say that, hey, look, the private sector fund these two political party and the two political party basically act in favor of the private sector and there is a gravy train. I don't want to turn this into an interview for Prime Minister of Jamaica, but I want to hear from you, sir. What is it that you would do different from the two political parties that are the front runners now?
Sure.
Should you form the next government or become the prime minister of the country, so to speak?
Absolutely.
Because you see, you
Hold
see,
on
you
to
see,
me.
you see, Mr. Patterson, over the years, these political representatives from both parties, they have been singing almost this very same song that
Absolutely not.
you are
No.
singing
No. No. No.
currently.
Not even. Not
Ho-
even.
ho-
Not
ho-
even
Hold on.
close.
promising
No. No. No.
promising the people. in
Not
fact in
even
fact
close.
Bruce
Not even
Golden
close. Not even close. Let,
Bruce
let me go
Golden.
into. Let me answer your first question. You can go on to the next
Uh-huh.
part. Let me answer the first part.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
hold on.
Yes. And we're
Hold
still
on.
talking about land reparation.
Hold on.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
is
we
why I want
are.
that is why I want to correct every situation here. When I send you the invite, I didn't intend to go down the road that we're going.
No, man, no, that's fine.
Mhm.
This gentleman is not you.
Okay.
You have a responsibility, and he's asking this question as a Jamaican citizen, and I fully
Okay.
appreciate that. So let me be very clear on this. The UIC is not singing the same Sankey as the other two has been singing to the Jamaican people. For example, we are proposing that Jamaica has what is called a 100% publicly funded campaign financing law. The moment we put that into place, there'll be no more private sector or private donations or private financing in our political system. This is a major form of corruption today in Jamaica because, as you know, anybody that funds your political campaign, a them you owe obeisance to. You're going to follow, you're going to be guided by, you're going to be careful how you legislate as it relates to them. And any well thinking Jamaican knows that the PSOJ oligarchs, the richest companies and individuals in Jamaica, they're the ones funding whatever these two parties do to us. You do not donate to something if you do not believe in what it's doing. And so they believe in what it's doing, and so they fund it. If we, the Jamaican people, are unhappy with our governance, and if we're unhappy with our government, it's because of those who have funded that government to be in power. And they have given $1.7 billion for that to happen. Now you ask me, would we be taking money from the private sector organization of Jamaica? And be more specific, I'm talking about the oligarchs, not just the entity, because having a private
Mhm.
sector organization is quite fine in any country. In fact, let me just clarify for you. Private sector simply means not public sector, right? So
Right.
you have two sectors in a country. You have private and public. Those who work
Right.
for the government is public, and the rest of us are all private sector.
Right.
Sometimes we narrow it down to behave as if it's just the PSOJ. No. What I'm saying is this. We have a systemic historical problem from the time of Marcus Garvey until now, where the moneyed interest in Jamaica, they coalesce and control the government of Jamaica. That's a fact. For example, back in the day, they used the Gleaner company to disparage Marcus Garvey and seek to take him down because the moneyed interest also controlled the newspaper. The same thing happens today. They control most of the airways and they use it accordingly. So that's a given. The UIC is saying that is wrong and we need to stop it. So when we're elected to government, you're going to have a 100% publicly funded system. And I'll come back on this program and give you a full detail as to how that works. Yeah.
Hold on there for me.
Yes.
Mhm.
Since you are going on that road, let me go back. Let me go down that road with you then.
Sure. Go ahead.
Mr. Patterson, you said that you won't take any money from the POCJ, the PISOJ,
Yes.
The oligarchs, the PSOJ
the
oligarchs.
oligarchs,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Mhm.
So who are you going to take the money from? The poor paparazzi Jamaican people?
Absolutely.
Why?
Why not?
If
The
they
prime
can't
minister, the
afford
prime
to take
minister,
hold
the
on,
prime minister said
Mr.
something the other day.
Patterson,
No, hold on.
Mr.
Who do you
Patterson,
think pay the taxes that the government gets to spend? We the
the
people.
people of this country.
We the people. Who you think the PSOJ got their money from that they give to these two parties?
So,
We
hold
the
on, Mr.
people.
Patterson. Hold on,
Hold
hold
on,
on.
man. I want you to hold on and understand this. If they did not underpay the Jamaican population, they would not have $1.7 billion to give to win the election. So what they do, they shortchange the Jamaican people and fund the political parties to be a part of a mechanism of division, distraction, and deception. And they have effectively done that for 82 years. That's a fact.
But Mr. Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Patterson, if I am going to run a political party, sir,
Mhm.
and I form the party from Wapikil Philip, and I have to go to the people who I want to represent. Remember, no, Jamaica is not America like Canada, you know. Some Jamaicans can hardly afford a tin of tin mackerel or a
That's
loaf
true.
of bread. And very few people of the Vumvava and the Vumvavi of society will come and say, Joseph Patterson, here is $1 million. Very few. So you're saying to me that you prefer ask the poor people like Miss Matty from St. Elizabeth and Sister Tem from Kingston for $1,000
Yeah, I'm
towards the
asking.
party, sir?
no, not towards my party. I'm asking the
To
entire
what? No,
Jamaican.
hold on, Mr. Patterson.
Listen,
Towards the political party that you're
let me
president of.
let me
Right.
answer your question now. So
Mm.
I am inviting all Jamaicans here at home and abroad for the first time in the history of Jamaica since Marcus Garvey to own their own political party. No, they don't have to do it, But I'm telling them that if they want Jamaica to be transformed into something similar or better than Singapore, it will not happen under the current mechanism that they have been struggling for 82 years. If they want real change, real transformation, we the people, including myself, we are going to have to step up to the plate, and we're going to have to join, volunteer, and donate to our own political movement to replace the two that have a stranglehold around our neck funded by the PSOJ oligarchs. Them are funded to get their objective, and we have to fund ours if we want our objective. If we want land reparation, if we want a safe, clean, and orderly country, if we want a nation where all of us can live, earn, and retire with dignity, we better decide and know that we're going to have to own our own party and use it to create the constitution we want and create the country we need. It will never happen for as long as we shall live. We can go another 82 years. These two parties, controlled by the PSOJ oligarchs and funded by their colonial masters, will never ever do what is right for the Jamaican people.
But Mr. Patterson,
Yes.
how long now since the UIC has been in existence?
The UIC came into registration in 2019, December 2019, after one massive fight with the two colonial parties who control the Electoral Commission
Yes,
for
yes,
nearly a
yes.
year. Yes.
Yes,
Oh, you know that, but some people
we
listening may
know
not
that.
know that.
Yes.
Yes.
So let me ask you something. From 2019 to now,
Hmm.
your party has not won one seat in this country?
Absolutely not. And your
And
point
your
is,
party, how many times has your party sent a candidate to contest the election?
we have now contested one general election and one local government election.
Of
and we have
after
and we and we have done dismally in terms of vote counts. We have not won a single seat, and we have not had a tremendous number of votes. So let's move on from that, because that's not
hold
the
on,
issue. The issue,
hold on.
yeah, go ahead.
No, hold on.
Yes.
You decide to go down that road with me tonight. I want to go down the road with you.
Oh, sure, sure, sure.
So you are telling me of from 2019 to now,
Yes.
your political party has only put up what, two candidates or three candidates on the election?
No, we have done 7 candidates in the general, and we have done 4 candidates in the local, and I think we have contested 1 or 2 by-elections.
Okay. And in all of that, sir, no one. You said that
We have done
your
poorly.
candidates.
We have not gotten
Right.
any significant number of votes, and we have not won a single seat.
So
And
isn't there a reason? Isn't there a reason, sir, that why you haven't got the significant votes?
absolutely,
Isn't
there's a
there
yes, there's a,
isn't there hold on, Mr. Patterson, isn't there a fundamental issue then, sir? Why you haven't gotten significant votes?
absolutely.
Is
There are,
is
there
is
are
is
many
is is
fundamental
is
issues.
is,
Yes.
is there some infighting within your political organization, sir? And let me make
They're
this clear.
infighting they're infighting in any political organization.
Hold on, Mr. Patterson.
Hmm.
When I invited Mr. Patterson on this program this evening, in the invitation letter that I sent to him, I specifically told him I will not go down the road with him when it comes on to his political party. I wanted to just talk to him about Cooper
Right.
Spence. He
Yes.
decided to go down that road.
Yeah, man,
So
and
I'm
I'm
going to go
not
down the road with
disputing.
him.
So go down the road, man. If you want to. I'm not afraid of going down the road. So go down the road,
All
and
right.
let's do it quickly for the benefit of your audience.
All right. No, man, I love to draw out the program because
I don't like to draw things out. I like to get right
no,
to the
no,
point. I'm a
no.
very
I love to
straightforward
draw out the
person.
program because
Yes.
the
I
people,
want us to answer the question and then get back to other issues. So
the
so let me
people,
hold on, Mr. Mr.
hold
Mr.
on, Mr. Patterson,
Mr.
hold on, no,
Tavares.
man.
Our
Well,
party
well,
was our party was formed. Let me give you the history about it. Our party was formed um, I came back to Jamaica in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Canada for a number of years. And
Mm-hmm.
I returned to Jamaica in 2011. I think that's 15 years now.
Mm-hmm.
In around 2013, I started working on the organization of the UIC as a political movement. And
Mm-hmm.
then we registered because the laws were different then. So we registered a non-profit organization, which is the way most parties did at the time, a trust or whatever. We had a non-profit organization, and we operated and began to get things in order in 2013. The laws were changed subsequently, which required political parties to register with the ECJ. We
Mm-hmm.
pursued that. We started pursuing that in 2017, and by the February of 2019, we met all the requirements on records. To our surprise, the ECJ began to change the rules. We battled for about 10 months, and then December 2nd, I believe, we were chartered as a registered political party. You would imagine that right after that was COVID 2020, and by 2021, I was arrested on September 22nd for allegedly leading a march against the government's various draconian protocols. I was arrested. We had a massive influx of persons who showed interest in the party at that time as a result of what we did to help to prevent the massive injection of our people with something which was questionable at the time. Subsequent to that, as a new political party, um, we went through the normal norming and storming of any new organization, especially with a people who suffer from many traumas when it comes on to politics and human dynamics and social development. We were attacked from all sides, from the media, from the inside, from the outside, all kind of stuff. We went through all that process. And today we have come through that, and we're still standing and we're moving forward. In all of the elections that we have contested, many were delayed initially because we were hot in the 2022, 2023. So the Prime Minister delayed several local government elections to make sure that was a cooling off period to reduce our effectiveness. That was very successful. And of course, by the time we ran for office, much damage had been done to the party with all kind of smear campaigns and tactics. It's Jamaica we're talking about. We have two entrenched parties. Them control the money, them control the media, they control all kind of ways to sabotage. That was done.
All right.
So here we are today. Today, the history is the history. We have not been able to reach and access and build the Jamaican people
Mm-hmm.
where they need to be. And so here we are today. We're still in the battle. We're still in the fight. And in short order, when the time is right, we shall emerge to where we need to be and we shall win. If you go into the history of any country with third parties or new, no, hold on. If you go into the history of any country with new parties and whatever, and you'd see a long history of many of them who didn't do well for 10, 15, 20 years, and then eventually have something. The fact is, we have started, we have done the work. I have put in the time and energy to give us this opportunity. It may not be me, but the UIC will emerge as the People's Party, and it will be elected. Maybe not now, but it will be elected, and we will do for Jamaica what these two parties should have done and have not done.
And I am happy you said it may not be you, because I was going to ask you this question. If since 2019 to now, you as president hasn't gained enough vote for the UIC and for the people of this country, you don't think it's time for you to step aside, Mr. Patterson?
Absolutely not. What you
Why?
have in no what you have in any organization is you have a developmental phase, and so one day there will come a place where the members find somebody for the next leg of our journey. That time hasn't come yet. When it come, it will come. You had Norman
Mhm.
Manley, and when his time was up, you had Michael Manley. And when Michael Manley was up, you had PJ Patterson. And after that, you had Portia Simpson Miller. In any organization, you're going to have the devolution. You and I can't determine when that is. It is the people who will determine. The members
What
will
people?
determine. The members. So, for
What people?
example, coming October 25th, we will have another one of our annual members congress, and at that point, and before that, of course, you'll have nominees. You may have nominees for any position, be it the chairman, the president, the general secretary, or any of the vice presidents or treasurer. You will have nominations, and the people will elect their leaders.
So hold on there for me now. Is every year or every other year you have Congress?
Every year we have Congress, and
Okay.
but those who are elected to the national executive serve for 2 years. But you may have vacancy in between the 2 years, and so those vacancies are filled. Or 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 a member can raise the need for a change for whatever reason, and that can be brought to the floor of the Congress and be voted on.
So have any member raised the issue of saying it's time for Joseph Patterson to take a side and go sit down because Joseph Patterson has not gained the traction for what the party need to get a person in parliament. He can't get the vote for the people. So don't you think it is time for you, Mr. Patterson, to step down? And don't you? And isn't that somebody? Hasn't come up to you and said to you, "Okay, Mr. Patterson, I'm going to challenge you."
Well, it's not me that come to, we have a process in our constitution for a
Yes,
person
they haven't come to the
yeah, to
people.
be nominated. So we have
Mm.
had nobody who have so far challenged me as president.
From 1999 until now, from
From nine,
2019 until now,
no, there's nobody who has challenged me for the presidency. No one.
from 2019 to now, sir.
Yes, no one has challenged me through the process of our constitution for the presidency.
So hold on there. Afraid of you.
Are you asserting that they're afraid of me, or could it be the other way where they are confident of my leadership?
But Mr. Patterson, if I am in a political organization and you as the leader can't garner the votes that we need, you're saying I'm going to be satisfied with you being my leader of
Well,
the party?
no, that's a choice you would make in the party that you would join. So if you were to join the UIC and you would feel that way, you are more than welcome to challenge.
Maybe I should join it.
You should. And Mr. Collins should. In fact, I invite all Jamaicans to do so. And I'm more than willing and ready to face any challenge that might come from any member of the organization. In fact, it's healthy. It's very healthy for you to have
You
multiple persons who are ready and able to challenge for the leadership.
so if somebody challenge you for the leadership, you are prepared to stand aside.
No, no, I'm not saying I'm prepared to stand aside. We have a process in our constitution. The process is you are duly nominated and the members vote. So
So
if the
if
members,
the
so if the members, it's not me stepping aside. The members may choose to elect anyone they wish to be the president of their organization. The
Majority
UIC,
carriers.
yes, the UIC was founded by me. It is not owned by me.
is that
You
so?
understand? Yes, so I'm the president, and I stand as the president by the wish of the people. If the members decide that
Uh-huh.
they would like somebody else as president, that is their responsibility and duty to decide.
Oh, so
Yes,
Mr. Patterson,
yes.
I know the last time you came on a program with me and my good friend Wilfred Rattigan,
Mhm.
you said that we ambush you and you run off. So
Well,
that's
no, I didn't say any such thing as you ambush me and run off.
uh
There might, as a matter of fact, I don't recall all the details, but I do know that there was a high degree of disrespect and just poor conduct of the whole thing. But that aside, we're here tonight. Let's deal with
okay.
tonight.
All
So
right.
tonight is what
So
we're dealing with. So you asked
yes.
me some questions and I'm answering them. So let me make it very clear. Anybody who wants to join the UIC and offer themselves as leadership of the UIC in any capacity, be it chairman, president, general secretary, treasurer, or any one of the vice president position, VP for Cornwall, VP for Middlesex or Surrey, you are more than welcome to do so. The nomination date is September 25th. You must have your nominations in order by September 25th. An election is on October 25th. Our meeting will be held at the Santa Cruz Primary School in St. Elizabeth, starting at 1 p.m. and going on till 4 p.m. for formal business, after which we have a dinner and dance from 5 p.m. until 10 or later. We will have a special guest coming in from the Ukraine, the head of the um, sorry, I hear something going. The head of the International Alliance of Libertarian Parties will be coming to Jamaica to speak at our conference. And we're looking forward to a robust attendance. You don't have to be a member to attend. So all Jamaicans are welcomed to attend. You will have open access to view the um, formal session. So while you can't vote, if you're not a member, you can observe the entire process and protocol of voting and decision making. We'll also be entertaining proposals for any constitutional change or policy changes. You don't have to be a member to propose constitutional or policy changes to the party. So you are free to submit that by September 25th, following the formal channel. And you can be there to view how the voting went along those proposed changes. We are the People's Party. We're committed and open to making the UIC very, very different, very transparent, and committed to real development of Jamaica.
So what he's saying in essence, Jeffrey, is that
Hold on for me, Justice. Listen me, please. I make a comment, Justice. Hold on me. I have one more question for Mr. Patterson. So, Mr. Patterson, how long would it be for me if I come in to the party and become a member of the UIC? How long would it be for me to challenge you as leader for the party?
Now you keep talking about challenge. The issue is not challenging me. You mean how long before you can run for
Yes.
position? So if you are running for the position of president, you need to have been a member of the national executive for at least 2 years as a member of the national executive. So anyone who has aspirations to lead the movement must first prove themselves by getting elected to the national body and serving with distinction. And once you have served, the members will have a chance to see you and assess you. So, for example, since our founding, we have had Mr. Winston Wright, for example, who has served as president during my time away from the position, and we have had.
What do you mean? What do you mean your time away from the presidency?
Oh, there was a time when I actually retired from active politics, and at that time, Mr. Wright was elected as the president, interim president, until the next annual conference, and subsequent to him, Dr. Coretta was also elected by the national executive to serve as interim president. And then we had another election at which I was then re-elected as the president.
So hold on there. The next election, you put yourself to run as president again, to re-elect as president again.
Yes.
Oh,
he offered himself.
So
I
why?
Yes, Mr. Collins, I offered myself.
So why didn't you offer yourself as a lower position more than president?
Oh, because I felt I'd best serve as president. When you're offering yourself, you choose the position you think you're best able to fulfill.
Oh,
right.
So don't you think?
Would you offer yourself to work as a janitor in your company if you can do otherwise?
Hold on, Mr. Patterson.
Yes.
Don't you think that if you stay behind the scene and push a Jeffrey Tavares, in other words, you groom him along the way, but you in the background, but you groom him along the way to be president, and when he becomes president, you're still grooming him. You don't think that we're better off to see if the party can garner some more votes?
Well, that may be a position of yourself. That's not a position of mine or that of my team.
Oh,
Well, I think what has to be at the forefront of this, Jeffrey, is that within the political movement, there is a democratic process.
I understand that, Justice.
And based on what Mr. Patterson has just stated, anybody, once you're within the party executive for a certain period of time. And if you feel that you can offer yourself to serve in the capacity of president, and you have the necessary, what you would say, status within the party, in that you have been a part of the executive for the 2 years, then you allow the democratic process to proceed in selecting you. So,
So hold on there for me now, Justice.
Let him
You're
finish,
saying
bro.
to me from 2019 to now, he stepped away for maybe a year or so, or 2 years or so, and he see fit to go back in to put up himself to run as president again. There's
well,
nobody else who do it. Okay.
Jeffrey, I can imagine that maybe Mr. Patterson would not want to go into details as to why he thought it best to come out of retirement. Because sometimes, an individual, because of the early stage of a movement, an individual can actually be the glue. So he probably stepped away and he watched successive people attempt to hold the party together and to move the party forward. And unfortunately, it probably wasn't going as it ought to.
Yeah.
Therefore, he thought it fit to step back out of retirement because he believed that he had something more
Mhm.
to offer and to contribute to bring forth some level of stability to the movement,
Mhm.
and
L- l-
rightly, you asked a question though, that if he could not have identified someone apart from himself where he could stay in the background and move and push such a person. But such is the life of a political movement, Jeffrey, and sometimes it doesn't work out as how a regular company works.
Let me ask.
Because like Mr. Holness, Jeffrey, like Mr. Andrew Holness, I believe, and everybody knows this, one cut that he has above Mr. Golden, people would argue, is that he has a lot of charisma, and unfortunately, charisma plays a big role in politics.
Mhm. Let me ask Mr. Patterson this question. Then we're going to switch from UIC back to the land issue because I don't know what you see about Mr. Patterson said, boy, Jeffrey, they were being disrespectful and whatever. Anyway,
No, no,
let
you're not being this. This has been a very, very good conversation, and
okay.
I like the line of questions, and I also like the maturity of the reasoning. I think Mr.
All right.
Collins brought a level of gravity to the conversation, which is admirable. And
Yeah.
to you, Mr. Jeffrey, I know you're a troublemaker, and you like to ask
Working in the
questions.
name of Jesus. So there you
You
are.
like you like to ask questions you think might stir up a little angstness, and I'm okay with that in the good spirit of which we're operating. But I want you to know this.
Hold
I
on, hold on.
no no I
Hold
want
on,
to say
Mr.
something
Patterson.
just before you go, Mr. Jeffrey. I want to point out this very important thing to you. It is my greatest desire to see the UIC have a cadre of leaders who are all willing, ready, and able to serve in the capacity of president and in every other capacity effectively. Jamaica suffers from a deficit of quality leaders who are willing to put themselves up in the political sphere. There are many able men and women in this country who are afraid of politics because of how dirty and difficult it is, and because it's such a small country in the sense that when you show your true colors, you can suffer some severe consequences. And so I
Let-
am
let-
very fortunate. I'm very fortunate in that I have very broad shoulders and I'm prepared to face any consequence. As a matter of fact, as you might not know, I'm still before the courts as a result of my arrest on September 22nd, 2021. Many other Jamaicans in a similar position to what I've been placed in would have already crumbled and disintegrated and just removed from the scene, which was the
I,
intention of that arrest. But I'm
I,
still here, and the process is still ongoing. And I know the aim is for the UIC to die, but it shall not die. And before I die, I'm going to ensure that there are enough leaders that will carry this movement into the next 100 years.
let me ask you a question. And I thought that quote here was finished away with, but
No, it's not.
I pray to God it they comes to a time where it can die a natural death. But Mr. Patterson, I want to touch an issue that many people, because I got a text a while ago pertaining to the senior ask now, where many people have been asking. I've been on your website for a long while. Remember that clear. Are you prepared to give a financial statement from the existence of this political organization to present?
Of course. As a matter of fact, every single year we have an audit and we have to submit our audited financial statements to the ECJ. And the ECJ is staffed or composed of the two opposing party. The UIC does not have a representative on the ECJ board of governors. Those positions are held by partisans of the two um, political parties that dominate Jamaica, and they receive, and not only do they receive, they have the authority to request any information, as they have done in the past, more detailed information on anything that they wish to request, because the law allows them to do that. So while the two parties have complete insights into our dealing, we do not have the same in theirs. So anybody who wants to intimate or suggest that there's any form of impropriety or any form of some shenanigans, it's just games that they're trying to play. The UIC has always produced audited financial statements each and every single solitary year up to 2025. And come 2027 March, we'll have our audited statements in again for 2026.
To put a
Case
rest,
closed.
to put a stop into all of this speculation. Are you prepared, Mr. Patterson, to email the Mequitalk program the financial statement to put, I can put it on, say, look here, see it here. We left Joe's Patterson party alone. Are you prepared to do that?
Absolutely not. You are free, like every other Jamaican, to request anything you want from the Electoral Office of Jamaica. We provide them the information as we're required to do by law. I'm sure you don't see the other two parties, and they don't go and hound them for anything. Those two parties have been in charge of Jamaica for 82 years. We have never held public office. We don't have access to any form of contracts or hold on. We don't have. I wish those persons who continue to pursue these kind of frivolous and destructive behaviors because they want to destroy what little hope Jamaica has. If they would apply aggressive pressure to the two colonial parties who have governed this country for 82 years and really dig into the financials and ask one simple question right today. Why, up until now, you have been selling the people's land, giving away the people's land, but not returning to them by way of land reparation? Stop the foolishness. And my good friend here, I would like for you to start pushing back on these frivolous claims and people and tell them, listen, stop waste time. Let's focus on the real issues right here. UIC not have no money for you to worry about. The UIC gets less than $4 million a year. Some years 5 million, some years 6 million, some years 3 million in terms of donations that come in, all of which are quickly spent. It's like nothing compared to our other. Where does our other friends spend the $1.7 billion that they receive? Come on,
In
man.
their pocket.
Stop playing games, people. 1.7 billion received for election campaign just in 3 months, not counting what's given outside of the election. And you want to come and pick on the UIC, little flimsy $4 or $5 million audited financial statements. Stop waste time.
You know why, Mr. Patterson? And I think,
Yeah.
maybe it's a waste of time, it's not a waste of time. I think the Jamaican people want to get that from you, sir. To say,
It's
this
not
true.
no
Hold
Jamaican
on,
people who want it. No,
hold
it's
on,
not no
Mr.
Jamaican
Patterson.
people. There are persons who are committed and have been working very, very hard to do nothing more than smear and destroy the UIC by me. They keep focusing on trying to bring me down. I'm still here. And guess what? And for all of you who have been trying to bring me down all this time, take a close look at your own personal circumstances and ask yourself the question if you have spent your time valuably. Look at your own personal finances and your own personal development and ask, is this the best use of your time? They must stop playing games. The UIC has proven itself over and over. We are working against the clock, and we're working against a mighty machine, a powerful machine. And they get all of our financials every single solitary year. Every year, them get it down there. So let's stop wasting time. That is a non-issue.
Mr. Patterson, Mr.
Yes.
Patterson, it is not a waste of time, sir. The
It is a
poor,
waste of time.
no, Mr. Patterson, Mr. Patterson, hold a minute, sir. There are Jamaicans who want to give, but because of these two political dynasties in this country, Jamaicans, both in Jamaica and overseas, have reached a point where they have fed up and they're sick and tired of people telling them things will not go so.
Right.
And if, hold on, Mr. Patterson, and if Jamaicans want a way forward, and you're presenting yourself, Mr. Joseph Patterson, with the UIC, as Jamaica's next alternative, sir, there are Jamaicans who do not understand access for information to get things from those areas to say, okay, this is UIC financial statement, this is UIC, this is UIC that. And that is why I said to you, Mr. Patterson, you have to return my program. Can you do any other program? Are you prepared? And you told me no.
That we are prepared to provide our financial statements as required by law, and we do every single year. And if
Yes,
we
you said that
don't,
already.
and if we
What?
don't, and if we don't, we lose our charter status as a registered political party. So if those persons who want what they think they want from the UIC, I need to see evidence of them claiming the same thing of the other two parties, because I know they're only up to mischief. I know that as a
Well,
fact.
Mr.
I
Patterson,
know that.
Mr. Patterson,
Yes.
Mr. Patterson.
if I might interject, Jeffrey.
Yes.
Hold on 1 minute. Hold on for me, Justice. Mr. Patterson. You are presenting yourself, Mr. Patterson, from 2019 to now to see if you can garner the trust of the Jamaican people to be the next party in this country that can lead this country out of this political wilderness, this political dynasty that we're in. So, the question that we're asking, and I think is a good question, Mr. Patterson, forget about what the two political dynasties don't do and won't do. You have to be new and different, Mr. Patterson.
Right.
And we have been very new and different. And the more different we are, is the more we pay for it as well. As a matter of fact, for example, we have we have been so transparent, Mr. Collins, and they only use it against us. The more transparent we are, the more they try to find something to throw there. And there are gullible people who believe these foolishness. So we have done what we're required to do by law, and we have, as a matter of fact, all of our members who attend our annual general meeting or AMC, annual members Congress, receive the audited financial statements. All of our members. The only way they don't receive it is if they don't want it. But every one of our members, and as a matter of fact, if you attend our meeting, if you attend our AMC, you will see it again presented right there, all of our members. I know that those who are talking are only up to mischief. Let's move on.
So I am optimistic too.
And I said, no, you're
Now,
following dictates and directives.
well, what we do know, Mr. Patterson.
I'm following what?
Dictates and directives.
No. I am
So
asking
you want,
you a
so you want a
question that
copy?
is for
You want
me.
a copy? You want a copy of our audited financials? You want a
Yes.
copy of it? Okay, I'll
Yes.
send me an email and I'll get the secretary to send it to you.
I would appreciate it. Go ahead, Mr. Collins.
Yeah. And I'm saying, gentlemen, that what we do know thus far is that the citizens of Jamaica, they are tired of the corruption, the rampant corruption that comes to them term after term. And when I say term after term, during the PNP's leadership of the country, we have seen corruption. And one can argue that during this Jamaica Labour Party leadership of the country, corruption has never been higher. What we're saying, though, is that the people of Jamaica, we're tired of it and we would like to move away from it. Now, you are selling yourself, Mr. Patterson, as an alternative to the two current political organization. Therefore, as Jeffrey suggested earlier, come different, come more open. And I want to say this,
But
in
where
the
are we not
last,
being
hold
open?
on,
But where are we
in
not being
in
open?
let me tell you something. In the last general election, and this is what I observed, I could be wrong. In the last general election, Mark Golding sold himself as Mr. Integrity, based on the corruption, the rampant corruption that has been taking place, and the Prime Minister's refusal to be audited by the Integrity Commission. We know the story. But Mark Golding came out, Jeffrey, as Mr. Integrity, a man that wants to move away from corruption. And in my honest opinion, I believe, gentlemen, that it gave the People's National Party some political traction in the last general election. And that is why they did so well coming up from where they were as it relates to parliamentary representative in the House to gaining more seats, because the people saw in Mark Golding a leader that is open and that comes off as being a man of integrity. Now, Mr. Patterson, we're saying that the people of Jamaica needs to see more of you and needs to know more about you and your political movement.
Sure, absolutely. And if you paid attention,
Hold on there for me. We have
yes.
about 5 more minutes leaving the program.
All
Mr.
right.
Patterson, can you zoom in
Sure.
on their financial statement, please? Up top, you
Sure.
have
Sure.
the plus sign and negative sign. All the way
Uh,
up top.
zoom
Use your
in.
browser. Use your browser and go all the way up top. You see the plus sign,
You
negative
mean
sign.
you mean
Press on the
this, right?
plus sign.
The plus sign.
You take it off now.
Okay. 'Cause what I did, I just
Oh, that's, yeah.
made it. Okay, you can see that, right?
No. We can't see that. That's what I'm saying to you. If you had done the plus sign, we could have seen it better. We could zoom in
Yeah,
now.
you need to zoom in some on the document.
Because I only
Okay.
have
Let
five
me
more minutes
let
leave on
me.
this program. I gotta run.
I,
It's after 9 o'clock.
okay. 1 second here. I think you. All right. Let's try this
But
again.
in the meantime, while he's figuring that out, Jeffrey, we go back to the citizens in Cooper's Pen
Yes.
and in St. Elizabeth. You know, again, if Prime Minister Andrew Holness is genuine about resolving these issues or the squatting issue in Jamaica, there are things that he can do as the leader of our country as it relates to making more lands available to our citizens. Nobody's asking for 2 acres or even an acre. Some people just want a little, parcel of land to begin with, so that they can establish for themselves and their family meaningful dwelling. And this is
Mhm.
what we're advocating for and we're pushing for.
Yes.
Too many of our
And
people are homeless and living in a rather deplorable condition, gentlemen.
yes. And for those who are on our feed, on our class in the chat room this evening, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Like up the live feed. We're speaking to Mr. Joseph Patterson of the UIC. He's the president of the UIC. We're speaking to him and we're speaking about about the UIC, but the topic was drift to the UIC, which I didn't want to go down that road tonight, but I went down
Right.
that road. We're speaking about what is going on in Cooper's Pen, Trelawney. Mr. Patterson, you ready for us to go back
Yes,
on your
I am
financial
ready.
statement?
Yes, go ahead. Yes.
Okay. In your final, because we have to wrap up.
Can you bring it up on screen for me?
I haven't seen it. Oh, here it is. Yes. Okay, hold on. There you go. Okay.
Wonderful.
There's a plus sign up top here,
Mm-hmm.
all the
Yes,
way up top. Press on it.
right
There
here.
you go.
So you want to
There you
that?
go.
Okay, that's too
Then you
much now,
scroll
isn't it?
down and everybody see that this is the UIC Congress. You have financial statement ending year December 31st, 2025. 72 Old Hope Road, whatever Hope Road, blah, 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 blah. Yes. Go all the way down. The financial statement. Yes. Take your time, Mr. Patterson. Take your time.
Okay, sure. I
Mhm.
just want to get to
The,
so-
the number part.
the
Yes, the
numbers. So
numbers.
here you have the auditor signing off on it on
Right?
April 28th, and here you have our balance sheet showing assets, small
Yes.
amount of assets, cash and receivables, and so
Yes.
on. And you see the
10
deficit.
bedroom house. Yes, go ahead.
You see the signatures there of the directors.
Yes.
And then you see income. The year before 24, we had 8.2 million, 25, 5.8 million. You see the expended income, all the income lines, all the expenditures accounted for. And you see our net position, net loss the previous
Hold
year,
on
net
there.
profit.
You have cost of goods sold. I don't understand that part.
Those are merchandise, like, T-shirts and that kind of stuff,
Oh,
Okay.
right? Yeah. So you have T-shirts and that kind of stuff. You have all kind of
computer.
expenses. Mm. And everything here is,
JLP and PNP give out their merchants,
Go down further,
of
man.
course, they can afford to. If you get 1.7 billion dollars from the PSG oligarchs, you can do everything. You can give away a lot. And
Easy
that,
there. So take it. Go back up. Take your time now, Mr. Patterson. Go back up a little bit
sure,
more.
sure.
Stay right there, sir.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Come down more. Take your time. Come down.
Okay.
Surplus. Balance.
Stay right there, so don't move.
Adjustment to
Net
records.
cost, blah,
Increase
blah,
net
blah.
asset to net cash.
Okay.
And then now you
So,
just get into the notes now. These
so,
are some
so
notes that
Mr.
explain.
Patterson,
Yes.
the financial they're giving us now, if
Yes.
anybody wants to donate, they can donate to the UIC bank account.
Absolutely, they can donate to the UIC bank account, but that's the real question you want to ask is if the UIC has a commercial bank account. That's
You
the
are the
question.
one who gave me the answer. Never asked you that.
No, I know, but I know what you want to ask. So the UIC you want to ask, you can close this off the screen now. That's just the notes of the financial statements.
Okay.
So the UIC does not have a commercial bank account with one of the major banks in Jamaica. We have been trying to get an account from them since 2017, and every single commercial bank has turned us down. NCB, Scotia, CIBC,
Even credit
Victor-
union.
Victoria Mutual. Um,
Excuse me.
what the next one called again? Sagicor. All of them have turned us down.
So what about the
And
credit union?
we have an account with a small credit union. What's the name again? Oh my goodness.
The one in St. Elizabeth?
People's Credit Union, something like that. A
Mm-hmm.
small, you can't do. They don't have full electronic banking like the other ones, where you to do easy transfers and so on. So, but we do have an account with them. That's where the bulk of our finances are stored. And if you want to know the signatories on the account, you have Mrs. Ogart, you have Mr. Neil, and you have myself. We're signatories on the account, and you need two persons to sign before any funds can be drawn out of the account. And you have a treasurer and a deputy treasurer. Miss Walker is the treasurer, and Miss Cole is the deputy treasurer, and they are responsible for monitoring and approving financial transactions.
Mr. Joseph Patterson of the UIC, talk to your Jamaican people, those in Cooper's Pen, as we wrap up the program this evening.
Yeah,
Go
man.
ahead, sir.
The UIC is here for you. We do not condone the squatting on private property, but most importantly, we hold the two political parties responsible for not giving you your land over the last 82 years. We're now demanding land reparation now so that all Jamaicans whose ancestors were enslaved in this country are granted land or equivalency in property or some form of grant to establish decent living conditions. If the two colonial parties do not act quickly to give you what is yours by your birthright, by your ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears, the UIC is committed to implementing land reparation within our first term when elected to office. But we don't want to wait that long. We want it to happen now. We're calling upon the Prime Minister and the opposition leader to meet with myself for us to carve out a quick, efficient, and effective methodology of granting land reparation within this administrative term. And we're demanding that on behalf of the Jamaican people, especially those who are currently being considered squatters in this country. Because in truth and fact, there should be no squatters in Jamaica except for those who just want to be rogues. Ordinary people should not be squatting because of the need for land and access to decent homes, because we have the capacity to do it. We need to stop stealing from the NHD, the government and the opposition, stop stealing the people's money from the NHD and put it to low income housing, affordable housing, and stop giving the people matches boxes housing, give them a decent design for an ordinary family to reside in. The UIC is committed 100% to land reparation. Now, we don't even want to take the credit. If these two parties are willing, we will give you every support possible in any shape and form. We have a plan as to how you can do it. If you want our help, we're willing to help you, but we cannot afford for the people of Jamaica to wait any longer for what is theirs from 192 years ago in 1834.
Mr. Patterson,
Yes, sir.
as you go, I want you to come back on this program here.
Right.
When the time come for your Congress to happen, come and talk to us about your Congress
Yes.
and so on and so forth, okay?
I will try my best. I can't
Yes.
guarantee depending on what's happening, but I will try my
Yes,
best to
I understand
return.
that.
But feel free
Uh,
to come and cover the event. You're more than welcome to bring your people on the ground and to
mhm.
even broadcast live if you want.
Right.
I'll try and do that. I'll try my
Yes.
best to do that.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
would be a good idea.
So, Justice, your final talk to the people of our country, Jamaica, from the diaspora.
Well, I just want to say that again, thank you, Mr. Patterson, for coming on the show this evening and for your very insightful presentation
Justice,
about it.
there's something going on with your system again.
Are we better now?
We're
Go
hearing
talk
you, but
again.
it's a little crocky, but we're hearing you still. Go right ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm hoping that you're hearing me better now.
Go
Right.
ahead. Go
So
ahead.
again, I just want to say, it was very informative, Mr. Patterson, having you on your program, and you shed quite a number of insight on your political party, and indeed, most of what you have stated, basically, that's what the people of Jamaica need right now, and in order for Jamaica to to be that pearl that she is, or to shine like that pearl that she is, definitely the rampant corruption has to be cleaned up, and we need to do more, Jeffrey, for the citizens of our country, especially the poor and indigent. We have to do more, because the world is looking in, the world is seeing. You know, for years, Jamaica has been sold to the globe as this tropical paradise in the middle of the Caribbean. And that is as it relates to the coastline, the north coast and the beachfront properties. But when you take a look inside Jamaica itself, and the atrocities that the people of Jamaica have to be facing day by day, their way of life, how some people literally have to be scavenging to see a way forward. It is absolutely unacceptable. And again, we are appealing to the ruling party, the government of the day, to make a change and to do something different, something that will elevate the way of life for the ordinary Jamaican citizen. And Jeffrey, programs like these, we have to continue to sound the trumpet and to amplify the call for better in Jamaica. The saying, better must come. We're looking for it. We're praying for it. We're hoping for it. And Mr. Patterson, if you can do better, we're hoping for the day when you would be given the opportunity or the chance to put your money where your mouth is, my brother. And I pray that God will continue to bless the people of Jamaica, you know, especially those who are out there in the heat and in the cold. It's a shame, and we need a
And
change.
Indeed.
Coming back to Jamaica, Mr. Collins, I put my money where my mouth is. There are few people who would leave what I leave in Canada and come back to Jamaica to struggle with what we're struggling with. And I've paid dearly for it. I've paid with my health, my finances, and my
Yeah.
family's safety and security. So it has been a massive sacrifice that is not understood by many.
Okay, sir. We
Indeed.
can imagine.
I want to say thanks to Mr. Wayne Golden, attorney at law, my good friend Justice, and President of the UIC, Mr. Joseph Patterson, for coming on. For those who are on our live feed, remember to like up the live feed. Give me about 500 likes. They're not asking you for money. Let me make something categorically clear on this program here this evening. This program is not funded by no political party. Neither PNP nor JLP can buy me out. And I will go further with no disrespect to Mr. Patterson. Neither the UIC can buy me out. Because when I'm ready, I hit left, right, and center.
That's right.
You see? So for those who on the platform who believe that this program belongs to any political party because of my last name, to hell with you and it. Okay?
Well, this is the knife that stick both goat and sheep, Jeffrey.
Exactly. And I'm here for the people of this country. And if
Yes.
Mr. Patterson can be the person to change the fundamental dynamics in this country to assist the people of this country, then I'm all
Yes.
for it.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I must
Right?
say, Mr. Jeffrey, but I am not even positioning myself as the person who can change. I am a facilitator. I am hoping that I can galvanize Jamaicans home and abroad to rise up and take responsibility for our country. For too long, we have abdicated our responsibility and left it to politicians, and particularly politicians controlled by a special interest group. It's time
Yes.
for us to make government no longer a special interest group thing, but a people of Jamaica thing. And that's why the UIC is the People's Party. We're going to take a little bit of money from everybody, all the way, giving the little bit we can, and use that to overcome the massive gauntlet before us by the PSOJ oligarchs. Their $1.7 billion is no match to the mass of Jamaican rising up and taking control of their own
Hold on.
country through their own political movement. That's what we
We,
want, Mr. Collins.
we have one call and I have to run.
Sure.
Caller, welcome to the program.
Yeah, good evening, good evening to Mr. Patterson and Mr. Collins.
Good evening.
However, great show, but one part I don't like to, I say, speak your mind, Jeffrey, you know, so mistake. I want to make it clear that
Mark Jefferson Holding have never been a prime minister in Jamaica. So when people are saying PMP do this and PMP do that, Mark Holding was not part of it. The time when Mark Holding went to the party, he has done a great, he write lots of legislation. If the people let it bring it out, would have a better Jamaica today. Mark Jefferson Holding make Rastafari, and even myself, and anybody can walk with 2 ounces a week. Him to do that. Okay? Mark Holding is just an opposition leader, and he have done great things. And he do not have the purse, he bring the party from 14 to 28, which is 100%. Mark Holding.
Hold on for me, Miss P. Hold on for me. I'm trying to figure out how the reason that argument come up here about Mr. Golden.
All right. With Mr. Golden, Mr. Patterson there for 82 years. The 2 political parties been tricking and whatever.
But he never said Mr. Golden.
Yes, man. He said Mark Golden, Bruce Golden, Portia Simpson. He call them by name.
Yes.
Right.
And he also called Andrew Holness too.
Yeah, what I'm saying, we all of you 3 gentlemen, including myself, I believe we passed 50 years of age.
Mm-hmm.
And we must be the one to teach the younger one. All political parties have them this and them that.
Mm-hmm.
But to be honest, this party was led by Andrew Holness is the wickedest, cruelest, heartlessest party Jamaica's ever seen. Buster man did it cruel. And history sure we say the Jamaica Labour Party from Tavia till Wado never have not thinking for betterment of Jamaica nor Jamaicans. Mr. Buster, bad. Siaga, worse. This one ya, worsera. Okay? Yes. I hope me live over 50. Me hear Abka, Fit Endley, come out and talk some something. But I tell them something. I don't know which year in ban. If I Jamaica in ban. But me certain me ban here, me never no visa, I never go in a plane. So me never left here. And 1980, when the Jamaica Labour Party said deliverance is near, me remember that child, big enough to have knowledge with the sufferation. When me go through, me couldn't even get soap to bathe. Me little skin. Me little underwear they couldn't even wash properly like how they have to wash. Hungry would have killed me. Nothing that they eat. Me live a bag walk St. Catherine. First, I will live at Kingston and Greenwich Farm. And they burn me out. And 9th Street. And my mother fi take me and run there. We have bag walk and live with some family member. And the port and Tony train used to run. And the man have to lick off the coach. A bag walk railway station. And one factory that side where they do pork in. They call the ham factory. And that's how we get piece of pork in with the banana. When we boil the banana, they're ripe. And I remember when I go to school, Tolo Primary School, they said we have a new Prime Minister. His name is Edward George Philip Siaga. And we win. And he said evening school over 12 o'clock. They said Marpa Bagwalk have flour. They said Miss Lizel write a Bagwalk and Mr. Simit a flour. And me run when me got Miss Lizel it line too long. Me go Marpa and little Marpa to picnic.
Miss P.
And a big man put me over my neck. And when I get the flour, and when hand I go make a dumpling and when into a 3 sip. So warm, some white worm with some black head in a flour. And when we eat the dumpling,
Miss P, Miss P.
I,
Yeah, you have to make it quick because it's 10
I,
o'clock now. And I have to come off
I
here. So
can.
give me 2 more minutes to wrap up.
No, man, no, you can't give her 2 more minutes because we have to go. Miss P, Miss P, Miss P. Hold on, Miss P. Miss P. I want
Hold
to
on,
say
Miss
something
P.
quickly. Miss P, I want to tell you something quickly. Miss P, Miss P. I want to tell you something quickly. I was a boy. Miss P, I was a boy in 1980, and I can attest to everything that you have said. Plus, I can also attest to the fact that hold on, Miss P, hold on,
Hold on, Miss P.
Miss P,
Miss P.
Miss P,
Miss P,
hold
hold
on.
on. Mr. Francis
I can
talking
also
here. I gotta wrap up.
I can also attest to the fact that with the same degree of passion and energy that you speak to the negatives of the GLP is the same passion and energy that there are persons who speak against the GLP, because everybody have had their experiences with these two parties and a lot of negatives. I lived through the Michael Manley era of massive shortages, and I lived through the Siaga era of massive external investment in the country in the wrong areas and the corruption and stuff that happened after that. So we have seen it left, right, and center. I know you want to take up for Mark Golding, but Mark Golding is not innocent. Mark Golding was an active player in politics behind the scenes before he was brought to the Senate, profiled in the Senate, and then given a chance to come in through the electoral process. These guys are a key element in what happened with FinSac. And many Jamaicans have suffered dramatically because of FinSac and because of some of the laws written. But I don't want to go down there now. I just want you to know that they're equal. They're Jamaicans on either side who are talking passionately like you.
Hold on, people. I gotta run. I'm getting a wrap up signal here. I gotta run. Miss P, give me. I give you a minute.
1 minute, Mr.
Yes.
Patterson.
Yes.
FinSac was found to help people out of them war. Go and look at the history. Mark Golding never robbed no FinSac money.
No, I didn't say he robbed FinSac money, I'm not saying. I'm saying he was a part. No, I'm saying he was a part. He was a part of the process.
Gentle people. Hold on, Miss P. I gotta run because I'm getting the wrap up signal from you know who, from the bigger boss ahead.
Yes, so we need to go.
So I gotta run.
All right.
All right,
gentlemen and
Okay.
lady.
Thank you very much for coming on, Mr. Patterson.
My pleasure.
God bless you all.
All right, take care. Have a good night.
All right.
Take care,
Good night.
gentlemen. All the best.
Good
Bye-bye.
night. Great program. This is going to say so long for tonight. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Make We Talk Jeffrey Tavares YouTube program. Until you hear my voice again, may God bless you. May God bless our island home. Jamaica land we love. Justice, real talk. All the best.
Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Anjua live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people here. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high-rise, roads still full of hope. A whose pocket do I feel while the nation lose its soul? Hospital overflow, picnic can't get bed. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame. Every time something wrong, it never go in your name. Jamaica a drown and you claim you're unclean. Biggest actor in a politics we ever see. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. The people we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door. Wholeness, time to go. Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, time to go. Farmer can't afford to plant food, price reach the sky. You bring in the poverty while your own people cry. We born ya, we grow ya, we bleed for this land. But Andrew at the top won't extend the man. You talk about vision, you talk about plan, but 10 years later we still can't understand. Corruption report London, nobody charge. The people pocket small, but the scandal them large. Who's crack up parish council, bro? Country suffocating, done and it just more. And when we raise revise, you call we political, but the truth is the truth and the truth is biblical.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. The people
Them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Wholeness, our time to go. We no want no hype, we no want no speech. We want action, no, not the lies you preach. Hurricane victims still under tarpaulin. Prime Minister fly gone foreign. Your JLP cabinet full, but the people COVID empty. Oh, you live so large when we live in so scanty. Not with fists, not with fire, but with voice them rising higher and higher. From every parish, every yard, every gate, Jamaica speaking and I know too late. Hey!
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. The people
Them say no.
we say no. 10 years and we can't take no more. You know hear us. We are not on the door.
Wholeness, time to go.
Time to go. From Kingston to Negril, the people say so. We tired, we hungry, we done with the show. Oh yes, our time to go. This one is for every Jamaican. We can't afford feet. We are sleep on cardboard. We are drive on broken road. The people don't forget. The people don't forgive. Enough is enough. Jamaica.
What truth I know about FinSac? I know nothing about FinSac. So for those who know the truth about FinSac, speak it. Because I don't know the truth about FinSac. So don't get me involved with FinSac. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe. I know nothing about FinSac.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, make we talk, my people, make we talk. When this town becomes an ugly place, don't let it erase the smile from your face. Make we talk, people, make we talk. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me. Spark a talk and you will see. Conflict solver A to Z. World leaders master the art of self-defense just by talk. So people, make we talk. Hey, we're living in a world that on ourselves we must depend. Make we talk.